T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm going. Yeah, it's me. It's me. Yeah. That's right.
To you.
Innit? All right, people, listen. That actually might be the funniest intro we've actually ever done. I can tell you, people, this was not planned. But now, people, listen. Big up to everybody. You know what time it is? It's Team Kopish, it's Malat, Matt, it's Cal. Drifty will be joining us as well. It is a Kopish Catch-Up, and today we're going to be speaking about Joe Gomez's situation with Gomez in regards to the news that came out, I believe, yesterday in terms of the deal with Anthony Gordon. We're going to speak about the interest in Joe Gomez, and we're also going to be speaking about Jurgen Klopp, who is now called it quits on his coaching managerial career. And you know what else, people? We will speak a little bit about the game last night, any takeaways that anyone had. I know these guys, big up to Country if they done the show last night. But yeah, we'll speak about anything that kind of made you think about this morning, something that, you know, caught your eye. You know, just say it. Just say it.
All right, bro.
Wait, all I'm gonna say is we might be all right. We might be all right.
Might be cooking.
You might be still. I can't lie. But yeah, Cal, I guess there's only one place to start. I know we're a little bit late on this per se. Apologies, people. Again, we were supposed to go live last night, but we got times mixed up and whatnot, so we do apologize. But Joe Gomez situation, Cal. Firstly, Liverpool agreed an initial fee, in principle, for Joe Gomez to be sold to Newcastle. Anthony Gordon was supposedly going the other way for 75. So Gomez 45, Gordon 75. Deal in total with let's 30 mil, maybe 30 mil with add-ons or whatever. But not only that, Cal, more news is coming out that other teams are not interested in Joe Gomez. Newcastle apparently aren't going away. And West Ham looks like they've entered the race. Bro, firstly, what's your thoughts hearing about this Joe Gomez news only coming out now? And apparently this all happened in June.
Kind of surprised. Not surprised that Newcastle, West Ham won him. All right. I want you to am I devil's advocate today, or should I just
No, I'm devil's advocate today, innit?
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, I've got to be the bad guy, innit? Someone's got to be the villain.
Nice.
Big up the chat as well each and every time.
Me.
You know what I'm
yeah, I'm not shocked that he's wanted by other clubs. He's a very good centre back. He's a very good footballer. Obviously versatile as well. Can play right, left back, centre back. Price tag 45 mil. Maybe I'm being greedy, or I think we could maybe fetch a bit more, considering I've seen players like Kilman go for like 40 mil, and I don't think Kilman's had the career that Joe Gomez has had up until now, even though I rate Kilman, but I still think 45 mil is a little low. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we did so. I think he needs some continuity and consistency in his career. He obviously wants to be playing regular football and wants to be in the England setup on a regular basis. In order to do that, he's got to play regularly. Now, obviously, this was under a regime last season that was different, but he was played at right back, left back, centre back, and DM last season. And in my opinion, he was one of our top 5 performing players. But between injuries and consistency, we don't know what we're going to get with Joe Gomez going forward either. And if he wants to predominantly play as a centre back, in my opinion, he's not better than Ibu. He's not better than Virgil. And if we were to sign, I mean, Kwanza's new, but Kwanza looks pretty adept in that position as well. And if we were to buy someone new that we all want, where would that see him? He'd either be 4th or 5th in the pecking order. I don't know if he wants to do that anymore. He's what, 25, 26 almost now, if I'm not mistaken.
20, yeah, I think Joey's 26 now. Maybe even, I think 26 going on 27, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't think he's impossible to replace. His versatility will be really hard to replace, but I don't think it's impossible to replace. So, yeah, I love Joey G, innit? But football's football sometimes, and got to do what you got to do sometimes.
The reason why I'm asking this question is because, if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't really a lot of news regarding Joe Gomez when the season finished. I think people were probably sitting there thinking, you know what, one place we don't need to kind of, think about, so to speak, is right back, because we've got Trent if he has to play there. Obviously, we've got Bradley and we've got Gomez being the utility man. The reason why I'm even going to ask you this now is this. This happened in June. And this could have been squashed because this deal in regards with Anthony Gordon and apparently Joe Gomez being agreed in principle only really came to the forefront yesterday. It was brought to light. Everyone was briefed about it.
Yeah.
If journalists are now being briefed about the situation, how do you think Joe Gomez is going to feel knowing that he might not have even known, but now he knows through the media it was him? Because remember, it's in principle. The club don't have to necessarily tell you. They might say they've agreed on it, but obviously when it gets later on down the line, they'll say, Joe, listen, we've agreed to fee with Newcastle. What are your thoughts on it? But I don't know if that conversation ever took place. And now there's reports of him considering his future, bro.
Yeah.
Do you consider your future?
If I'm Joe Gomez, I'd have considered my future anyway, but I don't think the club would have accepted a bid or would have done anything without his acknowledgement first. Because if you accept the bid and then you go to the player and the player says, no, I'm not leaving, then you kind of look even more stupid. So I think the club would have spoke to Joe Gomez and said, look, this is what's coming. Do you fancy it? Newcastle are a big team. They're a team that's growing. Probably going to spend more money over the next few years. He could be someone who provides the foundation for that team. And look, him and Sven Botman as a centre-back pairing isn't bad at all. It's actually a very good centre-back pairing.
Bro, I don't want to lose
stays
Joe
fit,
Gomez.
and if Sven stays fit.
Yeah, but even Kilman playing alongside Joe Gomez at centre-back at West Ham, bro. Then the other team we just mentioned. I'm not going to lie. West Ham will be cooking right now. Because remember, listen, here's the thing. I also feel like as well, losing Joe Gomez would actually be a big hit in the squad because of his versatility. And, we can speak
longest serving player as well.
Yeah. And we can speak about, Gertrude at, flipping final, but he's at final. And not only that, it means we'd have to find another replacement again. And I don't feel like that's something that we need to be thinking about right now, bro.
All right. I'm going to play. I said I wouldn't, but I'm just going to ask a question. I'm not going to say the words, actually.
You was about to say it, though. You about to say devil's advocate.
That's you today. That's you
That's
today.
me, bro. Yeah, go.
If Joe Gomez is sold and we sign a centre-back, do we need another replacement? Do we need 2 centre-backs? Because if we've got... And again, I'm just saying it. If Seth does decide to stay, even though it's unlikely... Yeah. Unlikely. But you'd have 2 right-backs in Trent and Bradley, even though I want Trent in midfield, but let's say Trent and Bradley at right-back, Tsimikas and Robbo left-back, then you'd have the new centre-back, Virgil, Kwanza and Ibu. And then... would we not be okay potentially?
We probably would be, but I think having
I don't like the risk of it because Ibu's in well.
I think what it is for me, when you've got a player in your squad that is as versatile as Joe Gomez, you never really want to lose them. If Joey leaves, would we need another centre back, or say we get a centre back in, do we need a replacement for Joe Gomez? We probably wouldn't, but that's kind of the premise that even Sepp even stays. But do you know what my worry would be? Let's say Joe Gomez that is sold for maybe even more than a 45, and we go and get a centre back, I still feel like Joey's versatility could be missed because, like you said, we're supposed to be now really managing Virgil's minutes a little bit more. I know he's going to be a mainstay, but Virgil doesn't have to play 38 times in the season. He could maybe play 32 or 31. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, people, to get better longevity from him. Ibu does pick up injuries. That leaves you with Kwanzaa. And I'm not too sure Sepp Vandenberg is going to stay, you know. He's saying all the right things. He is. I saw a little bit of his interview this morning when they spoke to him. And he was just proud to beat Liverpool. And he is, but I feel like he's only really going to stay if he knows he gets guaranteed like good amount of minutes, bro. And I don't know if Slot can promise him that. I think Slot will probably say to him something like, you know, if you do impress and whatever, you'll be in our squad. But I can't promise you minutes. I can't promise that to hardly anybody other than maybe say the captain and vice captain. And even then, it'll be like, it still kind of has to be on merit. It can't just be because you're the captain.
Doesn't the same apply for Joey G though, bro? Like,
true. No, it does. It does. But I just think if Slot sees him like a Gertruder, then he'll be quite valuable to the squad.
No, I agree. I don't think he's his value in the squad that's ever been questioned. I reckon at the moment it's more a case of does he want to be in the squad or does he want to be like a starter? Because I feel like he wants to be a starter and he kind of deserves to be.
He does. You know, I'll say this now. Joe Gomez, I guess, showed me last season that he's absolutely fine now to be back in the starting 11. I think the season he had before made me doubt where he's going to end up because of the injuries that he had. It's only been because of injuries to Joe Gomez. But last season, bro, Joe Gomez kind of reminded everybody how good he is. And you want to know what, bro? It probably lighted the fire back in him. And he wants to be a centre-back. And like you said, Cal, you made a very good valid point. If Liverpool did agree that fee with Newcastle in principle, they probably would have spoke to Joey. Like you said. And if that's the case, he maybe is giving indication, listen, if I go to another like big team or whatever, or so-called big team, and the fan base is right to 10, I get good playing time, I want to establish myself now as one of the best centre-backs in the Prem. And I'm not going to do that at Liverpool because right now, Virgil's ahead of me, Iba's ahead of me, and Kwanzaa's ahead of him. So he's fourth now in the pecking order. And if I'm being honest, we shouldn't really be living in a world where Joe Gomez is a fourth choice centre-back at Liverpool. Because in my opinion, his actual talent is too good. Joe Gomez should actually be alongside Virgil van Dijk. If it's not Ibu, it should be him. He should be ahead of Kwanzaa, really. But Kwanzaa's had an amazing season. That's the problem.
But it's also the kind of the nature of the beast. Like, I love Joe Gomez, but if he was at Arsenal, he wouldn't be a starting centre-back. If he was at Man City, he wouldn't be a starting centre-back. He's at Liverpool and he's not a starting centre-back. It's kind of the nature of the beast. If you're one of these clubs, unless you're world-class or elite or on the periphery of being one of those things, then you're not going to be a starter. And if we're trying to compete with Arsenal and City, who are ahead of us at the moment, then it's kind of like it is what it is, isn't it? Like, I love Joe G, but he doesn't get into Arsenal's starting 11. He doesn't get into City's and doesn't get into ours.
I think, but do you know what it is, though? Yeah, you can say that maybe right now because, again, like, even though we didn't play at centre-back, he played, obviously, mainly played his best football was at left-back, but the talent is there, bro.
I know.
What it is for Joe Gomez, all it is this. He's put himself back in the mentions for how great of a defender he is. He reminded everybody. And he's also shown everybody like, I can do this thing. And before I had my injuries, I was a boss. This is what I'm thinking or how he's thinking. Big up Drift for joining. This is perfect time as well. He's looking at it probably thinking, West Ham, Newcastle. These clubs may not be as big as Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. But what it can do is, if I go there for 2 years or whatever, and I ball out, that can get me a move to one of them teams. And obviously, you can't come back to us, but who knows? Like, I'm just saying, just saying down the line, Arsenal might want him down the line 2 years from now because they're like, no, do you know what? This guy's too sick, you know? like he reminded everybody how sick he is. Because Joe Gomez is actually a very, 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 very good defender. It's just that we lost sight when he got injured. And rightly so, because it was a bad year he had. But look at last year, though. Everyone's talking about he was arguably
he's top 5. Not arguably, he was not arguably, he's top 5 last season.
Yeah, I'd even say he might even be top 3. He might not be number 1 or 2, but it could be 3.
But I ask you again, though, Matt, like, at right back, he doesn't start. At left back, he doesn't. I mean, there's an argument to say he should start at left back, but depending on how Slot wants to play, Slot might want a left-footed left back. And then centre back again, he doesn't start. Like, does he want to stick around and just be the versatile firefighter, or does he just he wants to be main character now? I can't blame him. He's been at Liverpool since what? Brendan was here 2015. 9 years. He's put in 9 years for Liverpool Football Club.
Is it 4 million from Charlton?
I don't even know if it was that much. But 9 years he's put in for the football club. You see, if Joe Gomez leaves, he leaves with nothing but respect. He's been loyal. Never had anything go on behind the scenes. The flipping England thing with Sterling, he come out of that and got booed by England fans when he did nothing wrong. Handled that like a general. Had injuries up to his eyeballs. And every time he's come back professionally. Not lost any pace. You could argue he's not the defender that we want him to be. Hey, fair enough, innit? But no one in their right mind can slag off Joe Gomez, whether he stays or leaves. The guy leaves a hero. For what he's done at Liverpool, he leaves a hero. So, yeah, that's where I stand. If he wants to leave, breaks my heart, but I go, you know what, bro? Fair enough. I get it. If he doesn't want to leave, I'd like to keep him.
No, fair play. All right, so Drift, let me go to you now, yeah? All right, so I'm going to get Drift's opinion on this. Drift, you would have been aware, we all spoke about yesterday, that Liverpool are reportedly, in fact, they even put in the Echo. That's how you know it's true, because the Echo, bigger the Echo, I got no problem with no qualms with them, but sometimes the Echo can get things a bit late. That's all I'm saying. But they were very sure that Liverpool, remember, the club can, deal with the Echo in terms of they can get them to say what they need to say, so to speak. So you know it's true. Liverpool apparently reportedly agreed a fee with Newcastle for Joe Gomez for 45 million. We'll get onto Anthony Gordon stuff later because I don't want to go into that part. But just that part in itself, Drift, does that worry you a little bit that Joe Gomez wants out? Because for Liverpool to agree the fee, they probably would have spoke to the player. Or do you think this was just a case of Liverpool just thinking, we need to raise some money? Joe Gomez, you just have to be that sacrificial piece. Like, how do you see it?
How about to tell me it's a real life a fuckery?
It's quite interesting because I'm sitting there and I'm listening to people, and rightly so, everyone's allowed to change their mind, that's fine. But I'm sitting there and I'm listening to people.
You're a savage.
Eulogize about Joey and recognizing his talent and understanding a few things. And I don't even know if he's in the chat right now, but big up Nilante. He's the only person who stood by my side and backed me on Joe Gomez. In the entire community, in the whole fan base, he's the only one who stood there and backed me on the Joey thing. You all said I was crazy. You all said I was an idiot for thinking that Joe Gomez was still good enough. I spiced all this disrespectful shit that guy had thrown at him because he had a bad season. Just because he had a bad season. And there were still moments during that bad season when he was good. But yeah, he had a bad season. And all of you slew that guy. And I told you. And now look. Now he's redeemed himself. Now he's proved to everybody that he's good enough. His price tag's gone up. And the club are going to cash in on him. And I don't really understand why.
What happened?
I just need...
What happened there? Oh, was that you, Drift?
No, it's not me. No, it's not me.
What happened? Oh.
I personally don't understand what the point of this is other than Joey's asked to go. So if Joey's asked to go, all my anger goes. And as Cal just said, I understand where he's coming from because he is a top player. And if he wants to play week in, week out and not have to know he's always battling for his place, I respect that. He's been there long enough. He's done his dues. Fair enough. And Newcastle's a very good level. If he asked me personally, Drift, where should I go if I leave Liverpool? I would say Villa, Newcastle. Those are the two teams where I would say, bro, I reckon that's a brilliant step. Even though it's down, it's still a brilliant step for your career. So if he goes to Newcastle, then fair play. But let me, and FSG, any of you, man, if you're listening, Edwards, Hughes, all of you, man, if you ever see this, anyhow, any of you, man, are forcing, convincing, pushing Joey to go to Newcastle because you want Anthony Gordon, oh, we will be talking. We will be talking because I'm still not sure why we've been chasing a basic bitch for the whole fucking summer. But if anyhow you're forcing my boy Joey out the club to make that happen, oh yeah, we'll have to have words. We'll have to have a lot of words. So we'll have to wait. And I will wait. I will curb my anger until I know what the reasons are behind Joey going. 45 mil ain't enough, by the way. I've seen mugs go for 45 mil. Joey G is 27 years old. He's a utility player. He is a brilliant footballer. I think we should be getting about 55, personally.
What makes you think they're forcing him?
No, I said I'm going to wait. That's what I said. I'm going to wait to find out what the reasons are behind him going. And why I think they are, bro, because clearly if Newcastle won him and they don't want to let go of Anthony Gordon, and it's such a Liverpool thing to penny pinch and not just pay what they want for Gordon outright and just go and do that, even though it's ridiculous anyway. Any way to bring the money down, yeah. All right, you can have something we've got. Was it Joey plus 30? That's what they're saying, right? Joey plus 30 mil. I know you said, Matt, we'll get onto the Gordon stuff, but that's what the rumors are. Joey plus 30 mil. So anything to get the money down, innit? Anything to get the money down. Plus, Joey goes out as almost maximum profit because he's not a youth team player. But as you said, we only paid 3 or 4 mil for him. So it almost becomes like maximum profit if you sell Joey. All these things are going around in my mind of like, are these the reasons? Homegrown for homegrown, so they're not that bothered we're losing the homegrown because Anthony Gordon is homegrown himself, so you don't have to worry about that.
They would be bothered because Joey's club trained. Gordon wouldn't be.
All right, but still technically it's homegrown for homegrown though.
It's not though, because club trained means a lot. Also, this is why I don't think it's consistent that we want Joey out. Slot's been very adamant that he wants to see all the players play or wants to see all the players before.
Hold on, is it Gomez plus 45 mil for?
No, the fee for
no, the deal. No, so Gomez was agreed
Gomez is valued
to
at
Newcastle for 45.
Oh,
and
okay.
My man Gordon was 75. So obviously it'd be like 30 mil Sopper cash in it. What I was gonna say though, Cal, just quickly before you went on to that point.
Go for it.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate as I'm hosting the show today, right? And I'm pretty sure Cal mentioned this. So I'm gonna ask you this, Drift. Joe Gomez played so well last season that he probably wants to play all the time now. Maybe doesn't want to be a stopgap, not stopgap, but like be the utility man. 26, 27 years of age, probably wants to like cement himself. Remember, you even said back in the day, like, this guy has the potential to be world-class centre-back, and rightly so. For him to do that, Drift, do you think he will do that at Liverpool where you've got Ibu that's ahead of him, and Kwanzaa ahead of him, and Van Dijk ahead of him? So do you, like, if you look at it just from that perspective, and this might not be true, by the way, I'm just saying, but from this perspective, would you say that maybe that could be one of the reasons why this happened in the first place is more to do with the fact of he wanted out rather than Liverpool wanting to push him out?
I hope so. I hope that's the reason why he's leaving, just because he wants to go. And at this point of his career, it might be. But he's always spoke glowingly about the club, so I'm not going to tarnish his name by making accusations that he just don't like it here anymore or whatever. So we'll have to see. But it's very convenient. I know sometimes things happen and you're like, right, that's such a coincidence. Like, there is nothing about that was meant to be. This is the reason why we say we have things in the world called a coincidence. But we've been chasing that, brother, all summer. And now Joey G is going to make the deal way easier. It's very convenient. That's all I'm saying.
You don't have to dislike Liverpool to want to leave Liverpool, though.
No, I've said I'm not going to tarnish his name by even putting a like, I don't want to be here anymore, tag on him, or yeah, can I go, whatever. Even if he's doing it respectfully, until I know that's what he's saying, I will not make that what I'm judging him on. I'd need for him to actually do an interview and be like I just needed to play, blah, blah, blah.
If that's the case, we can't judge FSG and what Edwards and Richard Hughes and them men are doing either then. Because we don't know. That's
well, like I said, we'll wait and see what happens. If he explains why he left, then fair enough. If he doesn't explain why he left, it'll be left up to interpretation. And an educated guess on the way we move as a team is we like to make sure we penny pinch where we can. So I'll reserve judgment on that until I get further information.
So unless he comes out and categorically says I chose to leave, then we're going to assume it's FSG selling him.
No, if he categorically says I wanted to leave, then we know that was the reason why he went, and the club had to just deal with it. And then they made the best.
If he doesn't come out and say anything,
then I will have my own assumptions.
Okay.
All right. Anything you guys want to speak about in regards to Joe Gomez before we move on to the other part of that same deal? Regarding,
I'm pissed he's leaving.
Do you think he's definitely leaving as well? Do you think he's definitely gone?
Well, if he does go, based on the premise of if he does go, I will be very, very, very upset. Not only is he a top quality player, but he's very important to keeping. Joe Gomez is a type of player that helps you win leagues. He's the type of player that comes into any role he's asked to do, and he's seamless with it. Cal just said he's been at Liverpool for 9 years. Or thereabouts, like 8.5, because I think he came through in January, I think, of his first season.
He came in the summer under Brendan.
Oh, did he come in the summer? So it is 9 years, yeah? He's been at the club since a teenager. He's been at the club for 9 years. And apart from the season before last, when he did have that bad season, which, by the way, was off the back of injury as well, he has pretty much been impeccable whenever called upon. Like, he really has never let us down outside of that one bad season. If you've been at a club for 9 years and you've only got one bad season, I know he's littered with injury as well, but if you've only got one bad season in 9 years at a club like Liverpool, you've had a very good career, regardless of whether it was bit part or you know, whatever.
Say that though, it has been bit part though. Like I hate.
But he's never let us down, Cal. He's never let us down.
I'm not saying he has, bro, but like if he's been here for 9 years. I could only maybe think of 3 seasons out of that 9 years where he's been like top class. And I'm not saying he's been crap. Well, like one season he was crap in it, like he was terrible. But the others, he just hasn't been available. And like it's just one of them things, in it. But if out of 9, you can only say he's done his thing for maybe 3. Then we also have to look at that as well. Like we have to look at the big picture of it all. I don't want to lose Joey, but he might just want to be like. You see what you said? He comes in and he seamlessly plays in any position. But he might not want to be that guy anymore. He might just be. I want to be centre back. And bro, let's be real. Apart from the top 3 clubs in England, he probably starts for every other team in the league. Probably. Yeah. So I can't even begrudge him. Me personally, especially with how Slot is or seems to be. I can't see Slot going, put him in part of the deal without even having a training session with him, having a chat with him, watching him train, having him in a preseason game. I don't think that's the case. Again, I might be completely wrong. But based off what I've seen of other players, based off what we heard Slot say and what Richard Hughes has said, like I don't see a world where we've just offered Joe Gomez out without wanting to do our due diligence on him and without him saying, look, guys, I think this might be the season where I've got to move on. Like, he deserves to be a starter. I love Gomez. He deserves to be a starter. Will he leave? If he leaves, will it hurt us? Yes. I'll be the first to say it will hurt us. But sometimes players are only obliged to look out for their own career. Anything else is secondary, in my opinion.
Yeah, but all right. So let me make an assumption.
Sorry, one question I had for both of you. Let's flip it. West Ham want him as well. Let's say West Ham said, look, we'll sell you Kudus, but we need Joey in that deal as well. If Joey wants to leave, you guys doing it?
Again, it would only be based on if Joey actually is the one who's like, I want to go. If Joey wants to stay at the club, no, I wouldn't sell Joey.
Would that ease the pain though? If we were to get,
do you know what? It would ease the pain, but I think
it would
also,
make it better.
Yeah, do you know what I think it comes down to how the makeup of the squad is, you know, because I think that this is what's key as well, because it's okay getting Kudus potentially and losing Joey potentially. But then say like we don't go and get a centre back in a DM and like that's really the only deal. Do you know? For me, it's about the squad balancing. Although I like the idea of the deal, it has to be balanced. So, like you have to promise us that, you know, we're gonna get a centre back to replace Joe. If he's seen a centre back, we got to get a centre back back. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I see it.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna make an assumption, and assumptions are mother of all fuck ups, and I know that. So it's probably a contradiction to say I understand you shouldn't make assumptions and then make an assumption. But I reckon this is how the story's gone. Joey is happy to stay, but if the deal's right, he'll go because he wants first team football. That's what I think. It's not a fact. I'll never know that. But that's what I think based on evidence of things I've seen, interviews, etc. I think he's the type of player who's happy at Liverpool because he loves the club. But if an opportunity arises for him to be a starting player, he'll take it. And with that premise, they thought to themselves, right, let's ask Joey how up for this he is, because Newcastle have said they're interested while we're trying to talk about Gordon. Newcastle basically, look, while we're here, what are you lot doing with Joey? You know, one of them was like, they say they've been talking for like an hour about Gordon. They'll be like, actually, let's pause the Gordon stuff just for a second. While I've got you here, what are you lot saying about Joey? Because we've been interested in Joey for a little while. What are you lot doing with Joey? You know what? I'll get back to you on that. They wrap up the conversation about Thingy. Then he gets on the blower to Joey. Jay, Newcastle are interested. Just out of curiosity, before I move forward, are you interested in this? Joey's probably been like, if the deal's right, cool. Then they've gone back to Newcastle and they're like, well, this is how much we value him at. He's up for the deal if that's how it has to go. And then they're like, cool. And now the negotiation becomes, what do they value Gordon at? What do they value Joey at? And then we do something that roughly works out. So it's not going to be a swap deal. It will be Liverpool sell Joey and Liverpool buy Gordon. It won't be a swap, but we'll all know the figures basically are going to work out to be that that's what it was. We took off the money from the Gordon, what we value Joey at. That's basically what it'd be. So again, I'm making an assumption, but that's what I think's happened. So I don't think Joey is adamant he wants to go, and I don't think the club are forcing him to go. I just think the conversation is, all right, and now they're seeing what they can do to work it out because of how much they want Joey and how much we want Gordon. That's what my assumption would be.
But we said no to Kwanzaa, so why would it be different for Joey?
Because Kwanzaa's obviously younger, seen as the future. Fingers crossed, I even want to say this isn't injury prone. So they don't have, because obviously I guess Joey, there'll always be the slight worries happened in the past. What if it happens again? Even though they just come off the back of a brilliant season. So I think that would have been a lot more in their thinking of why they would have said no to Kwanzaa. And maybe at this point, Kwanzaa's not valued at as much. Like, to be honest with you, could you get 45 mil for Kwanzaa after half of a season?
Or could it just be that Joey Gomez is giving indication that he might want to move on?
But that's what I just said. I said maybe he's like, I'm all right with it if that's what the deal is. I'll go.
I honestly think the only reason that we would have pursued is if Joey was like, yeah, I want to go to Newcastle.
But again, that's an assumption. We're all just making assumptions here.
Yeah, no, of course. But one thing I will say, there were report. Okay, I want to say at Christmas. Was it Christmas? There were reports, I remember halfway through the season about Joe Gomez potentially. Well, there was a few articles that I saw saying Joe Gomez considering future, but I thought that's rubbish. But I don't know. I think this is again another assumption. I don't think Joey would be forced out by Liverpool. I don't think we'd ever force anyone out. Personally, I think we're actually too nice to actually force anyone out of the club, regardless. Just because
we'll see what happens with Endo, Matt.
No, I know. We'll get onto that. But again, I don't think it'll be forced. I think it'll be said, you know what? You're not going to necessarily be in my first team. You'll get some minutes, but it's not going to be the minutes that you would want. So it's up to you what you would like to do. I'm not forcing you out. I'm just letting you know your situation. Forcing you out is saying you're not playing. It don't matter what you do, you're just not playing. Go find another club. There's a difference, in my opinion. I think with Joey G, though, I genuinely think it's more to him, about him. He wants to play football. He doesn't, I don't think, want to, come off the bench or be a utility man. I just genuinely think he wants to play. And it just so happened to be that Newcastle, being the team that they are, inquired. Or Joe Gomez knew about it. Remember, Anthony Gordon and them man linked up at England. Like, this all happened in June. They of course, they would have conversations. They're human beings. So, yeah, I think there is a big possibility that he could actually leave. But I'm not going to say he's been forced out yet unless I see something. I think it's more to do with Joey winning game time. So,
we will see.
Indeed, but let's move on.
I don't know if you lot are seeing what people are putting in the chat. I don't know how true it is, but quite a few different people have been putting it in. Did you want to move on to Gordon, or should we do the Endo thing because this seems to have been kind of?
Yeah, I was gonna do Gordon though because he's part of that deal.
Okay, because this Endo stuff seems a bit breaking news. So,
all right.
I got to shoot.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
If Endo is going West Ham, and I'm just saying Kudus is about it. That's all I'm saying.
You ain't got, bro.
If Joey does want to leave and he wants to go West Ham, I'm just saying Kudus is about.
Kudus plays right wing, and 15 mil for Endo wouldn't be a lot off of what he's worth. I doubt it.
Bro, if
60 mil off his price,
we don't buy right wingers. We don't buy right wingers.
Whatever.
If Joey and Endo both want to go West Ham, and it brings the price down for Kudus, I'm doing it.
If West Ham want Endo, yeah. Actually, no, you know what? Let me not even.
I think Joey's better than West Ham, with all due respect to West Ham. I think Newcastle or Villa would be the move that would be right for him. West Ham might just go back to back.
Oh, no. You're right. Yeah. No, Gomez, I think is better than in West Ham. I'm talking about Endo, sorry.
No, I'm talking about Joey because Cal was saying, personally, if I was Joey, I wouldn't go West Ham.
No. Go, actually, even though they're saying don't go West Ham, which I kind of agree with, he could still form a good partnership with Kilman there.
No, he could, but they're only like a Paqueta Ban and a Kudus sale away from being back to a relegation team, though. That's the thing.
What's their No, not ready because they bought Somerville, so they got Somerville.
They're building a nice little team there, you know.
But West Ham always flirt with like going back to being that.
Yeah, but they've got a new manager. Bro, West Ham will be all right next season. They'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. If I'm Joe Gomez, I'm thinking Aston Villa, Newcastle, like a tier up, basically.
Yeah,
they are a tier up.
They're a tier above West Ham.
They are a tier. They are a tier.
Before I go, I'm going to make one statement. I don't want Anthony Gordon, but he's also not crap. I'm just going to leave it there.
He's basic.
He's not basic. He's better.
Anything else you want to add to that statement or phone call we had yesterday?
Yeah, no, I'll say I don't want him, but if we got him, he could potentially go up a level at Liverpool. Cool. And if we're twerking for other forwards with less output than him, then maybe we're being a bit biased based on the player himself. He's not basic. As a footballer,
the only metric now is just stats.
I never said that.
That's all I never
said that. I never once said that, but it's an important metric.
Depends which way you look at it.
What, goals and assists aren't important?
No, but it depends which way you look at it. If they're just tap-ins and based on a certain system, then it would be different to like if someone was a maverick and could score goals out of nothing. Like it depends it depends, isn't it?
We don't have left wingers that can do that either. So
yeah, we do.
We don't have mavericks.
Before you go, who's better?
Not mavericks, but we have left wingers who are capable of making something out of nothing.
Cal, who's better? Gordon. Cal, who's better? Gordon or Gakpo?
Gakpo's a better footballer.
That means he thinks Gordon.
No, how are you putting words in my mouth? I just said Gakpo's a better footballer. I just don't know.
You said it with the biggest smile on your face.
I'm laughing because we had this conversation yesterday, and when I said it yesterday, Matt was laughing.
No. Do we have to go? Hold on. Yesterday, when I asked you, you took a bit more time to think about it. Though.
Yeah, no, because I don't know if Gakpo gets you more output over the course of a season than Anthony Gordon. But I think Gakpo's a better footballer.
Okay.
I just don't understand when it became unfashionable to have good output.
No.
I don't
think-
understand.
No,
I don't understand.
No, output is obviously important. In my opinion, I think output is important.
It's
I
the
think-
most important.
No.
Yes, it is. If you're an attacker, output is the most
It's a big
important
factor.
metric.
No. It's
So
a
that means
big
that
factor.
we're only going off of stats.
It's a very, very big factor.
No, it's not just going off stats, but output
Because
is
your
the most.
output, because statistics,
Like,
no, but statistical analysis.
How is this a debate?
No.
For the longest. All right, so we should. If that's the case, then we don't put Salah in the conversation of one of the best players in the Premier League era. Then
No, bro. No.
Why would that be the case?
No.
because we can't. I mean, we spoken about him in the same breath as Henry and all that, right?
I've never said he's as good as Henry, but
You said
people
he's
do.
on the conversation, Drift.
In terms of his legacy, not as an actual player, but his legacy, yeah.
Based on his output, right?
No, based on just how great he is. It
The
ain't
main
just
thing being his output. The main
No,
thing
it's-
being his output.
No, his clutchness, his ability to drag the team, his moments. It's not just his out. There's so many things that make Mo. It ain't just, oh yeah, he scores a lot of goals.
So so what is the most important metric for an attacker?
It's a combination of
It's
all of the
everything,
things
though,
we
isn't it? It's
just said.
actually
Yeah,
everything.
it
All jokes
isn't
aside, it's
just one
everything.
thing.
No. The reason why I'm saying this is because listen, remember when I've also said, yeah, stats are important, but it's not everything. Yeah, stats are obviously a part of output, innit?
I never said it was everything, but it's the most
I
important.
know. I would say it's one of the main factors, but I don't know if it's is it number one? It's a main factor. Output is a main factor. It is a main factor
How can it not be the main factor though?
because there's other factors in
For
play.
the same reason that
All
nobody said that Raheem Sterling was this absolute world-class baller. At City, his stats were great, but no one was sitting there and go, Sterling is a ball. Look how great, because they're like, he's getting tapped
At
in.
one stage, Sterling was world class.
He's
Let me
never
ask you
been
this.
world-class.
Let me ask
He's
you
never
this.
been
Let
world-class.
me ask you this
Sterling's
question.
never been world class.
Let me ask you this
Sterling's never
question.
been world-class.
Other than 1 year, would you say Pedro Neto's output has been amazing?
Who, Pedro Neto?
Would you say his output's been amazing? Would you say it's been kind of good?
To be honest, his assists have always been kind of up there, based on.
But
his
I would
minutes
arguably say he's had maybe one, if not two, good seasons where his outputs have been amazing. But what I'm going to say is this, though. I don't think you looked at him and went, firstly, his output. You looked at him and saw the player and thought, this guy is mad. Like, I give you another example. It's like when I see players like Neymar. I know Neymar does get stats, but I'm just saying, you look at a player sometimes and just go, nah, that player is just got that X factor. We need him at Liverpool. You're not even thinking output at that time. It's only sometimes when we look at it and go, all right, let's do comparisons. Let's look at the output. That's what I'm saying to you. Output is important for me, but it's not the be all or end all. Do you get what I'm saying?
I never said it's the be all and end all.
It's a factor. Don't get me wrong. It's a big factor.
I've just said it's the most important.
It's not the be all and end all, but it is but you still have to have output.
Do you know why output's not important to the level of like what you're saying, Cal? Because all I get told is
sorry,
people. Do you understand what I mean?
I do have to shoot.
Yeah.
No, none of you have told me what the most important metric is. Then, if it's not output,
it's a
combination. It's everything.
Combination.
There's
a combination of what?
A combination of your ability, your output, clutch moments, what you bring to the team, as you know what I mean. It's just a combination of all of it. Your skill set, like everything makes you a player. It's not just because if all it was about stats, somebody find me what forward in world football got a better GA than 32 last season.
I never
go and find me how many forwards had a better GA.
You're taking my words and you're completely twisting it. I never said it's the only metric to measure someone.
No, I did, but you said you think it is the most important for a forward.
It is the most important.
So
that doesn't mean that others don't mean anything.
So find me a forward who had more than 32 GA last season.
The reason why I say
there's only going to be a handful.
No.
In the whole world, you'll only find me a handful.
Drift. There's a reason why.
The wrong person, Drift.
No, because that's output.
No,
that's literally output.
The reason why I
talk
say
about the league output
factors.
The what?
Talk about these league outputs.
But this is why I said
but that's
factors.
when you start moving needles and
people. Do you understand what I mean when I say factors? That's what I'm saying, Cal. Jiff has a point, but your what he's saying is he's using your logic, yeah. But now you're kind of realizing, but there are factors to it because even though Nunes GA was good, when we factor in, like you're about to say right now, you're actually factoring in how many league goals does he score. Now you're bringing in a factor, and that's what I'm trying to say, bro.
No,
to this whole conversation.
The output factor for me is how many chances did Gordon have last season to score goals? I guarantee
I don't even know that.
His minutes to goal ratio was probably as good as, if not better than Nunez's. And Nunez is a striker.
Yeah, but then you also factor in how much pressure is there playing for Newcastle compared to Liverpool.
Bruv, the pressure, bruv, we can't measure pressure, bro.
Exactly. So we don't know that Gordon can do what he did at Newcastle at Liverpool. Because he might shit the bed.
If that's the case, then we can't buy a player from anyone unless it's Man City or Arsenal at this stage. Then
no. But
I'm letting you know.
How do you know Kudus can manage the pressure?
No, but that's a factor, though. You take a gamble whether you. No, but Cal, come on.
Why don't we ever say, "Oh, can Kudus handle the pressure of playing for Liverpool?" Then why have we never said that about Pedro?
But we're having a conversation now about us trying to show you why there are factors involved. Why it isn't just down to. That's the most important metric of a forward, what your output is, because there are other things that come into it. It's easy to score goals when you're playing with less pressure. We go to the park and have a kickabout. It's going to be way easier to do it than if there's people watching. And then if you go into a pressure game with a game, you know what I mean? Like there's levels to it. So if Anthony Gordon took more of his chances at Newcastle, fair point. But what if that's because he doesn't feel much pressure at Newcastle? And then all of a sudden, when he's facing the Kop in a massive game against Man City, he ain't got the same bottle to be able to do what he like. There's so many metrics as to why
pressure is a big part in football,
just
and
going
it shouldn't
down
be
to
overlooked.
So
I'd even say this.
So is Gakpo, Nunez, and Diaz, are they handling the pressure of being Liverpool players then?
There's extenuating factors.
There's all right, so
The
just
system,
quickly.
how
No,
they was
Cal, just quickly.
Just be a yes or no.
Just quickly.
I
Gakpo's
think
been
Diaz and
mismanaged.
Gakpo
But
definitely
for me,
handle being Liverpool
remember I kept
players.
saying this, Gakpo's been mismanaged. So that's not fair for Gakpo. Diaz, we do have to, again, and I hate using this word again, factor in. Diaz has had a bad knee, a bad injury, and not only that, his parents. That's what I'm saying. There are factors.
Plus,
I feel like everyone is right in what they're saying, you know. I just think output, don't get me wrong, Cal, I agree with you. It is very, 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 very important. It's one of the reasons why we always say come in and grade on this player because maybe they haven't done enough. But there are other factors in play, though. Hence why it's just not a yes or no decision all the time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fair enough. I just think because of the resentment towards Gordon and because of the dislike to the actual person, I think people are overlooking the fact that he has actually got good footballing ability. He's not crap. We speak about him like he's a crap footballer, like he's got nothing to his game.
No, I never. No. I think we could get wingers that are better than him. For example, I think Kudus is a better player than Anthony Gordon. I also think I'm about to say his brother's name again. I've got to get right. Nico Williams is better than Anthony Gordon. I think Musiala is better than Anthony Gordon. I think Rodrigo. I think Vinicius. I think Sane. There's so many other wingers that I think are actually better than Anthony Gordon. So it's not better than. I just think that for Liverpool to be going, and I say seems like it, hell for leather to try and get this player. Like he's
I don't want him either, but I'm just saying he's not crap like people are making.
No. I don't think he's crap. But one thing I'm going to say though is this: if you're buying Anthony Gordon, can I just say this though, Cal? If you're buying Anthony Gordon, and the club thinks Anthony Gordon is going to be the best winger in your club, in my opinion, we have a problem. And I tell you why we have a problem. We've just come from but I'm just saying we've just come from an era of freaking Sadio Mane. And Neymars and Hazards. And now we want to throw Anthony Gordon in there. You know what I think already? I feel like you're trying to
you know what I think as well. But I'm just saying we can't categorically sit here and go, he's basic or he's not that guy for Liverpool.
I don't know, but I think obviously
because that's unfair.
He's had one standout season in his career, and all of a sudden he's worth £75 million.
Forget about the price though. Is he good enough for Liverpool? You can't. Of course, you can forget because if that's the case, we can do that if other people drift. But you ask us not to.
No, because we're basing this on the premise of how much we want him. If you're willing to pay this much, it shows how much you want him, and it also goes to the metric I've always said. You know the real reason why I think he's the target? Because he's a chick sitting at the bar that nobody's been chatting up So we know we can swoop in and get it way
I mean,
easier.
Chelsea tried to sign him before Newcastle did as well, so it's not like he's not wanted.
But right now, no one else wants Anthony Gordon.
Who else needs him?
What other team wants Anthony Gordon right now?
Who else needs him?
But
that's besides the point.
If he was that good,
I'd want him, bro.
If he was that good, Chelsea go and get him. You want to know
who
why?
else
They would want to get rid of Mudryk.
Who else wanted
What's Mudryk
Salah?
doing?
Who else wanted Salah when we were going in for him?
No, Cal, you're missing my point. Based on the metric that Liverpool always like
This
to
is
go for
Gordon's
the
high
players
point, though,
that they know they can get. No one else right now is trying to get Anthony Gordon, so it's a free ride. The pathway is very easy to him. There's no one in the way. There's no distractions. It's just boom. This is so typical Liverpool. We always go for players where there's no real battle to get the player. We always do this.
No, do
and
you know what? I want
not good enough.
I want to say something, yeah, quickly. Up until last season, because I see someone say something, and again, people remember that we're having a debate, and I don't want anyone to take anything personal. We're just having a football debate, right? I can't remember who said it in the chat, but someone in the chat was like, "Oh, no one mentioned Nico Williams before the Euros." Hold on a second. Last year, wait there. Last year before that, did anybody on planet Earth mention Anthony Gordon to Liverpool? The only reason people are talking about Anthony Gordon is because he's had a good season at Newcastle. And I understand that respectfully. But he's had one good season. At Everton, he had moments at Everton. It's not like he was a Wayne Rooney, where you could see generational straight away. So that's why I'm a bit confused when people say, but no one... I've actually spoken about Nico Williams. Maybe not as much as, say, like every single show, but I've spoken about him before the Euros. These lot can tell you that. We've had shows where we've spoken about wingers. And I can tell you what as well, people. No one has mentioned Anthony Gordon up until last season. This is nothing that baffles me. Because a lot of people in the chat will say signing you to and all that rare to say this is what we do. But I think some of people are doing that now as well. He's had one good season. One.
Matt, there's nobody that can tell me that.
And now all of a sudden he's like he's better than all of our wingers. Hold on a second. What?
You do realize Diaz only really had one great season, and so did Gakpo, and so did Nunes as well.
Bro, but what I'm saying is, if you don't want to go by using the same metric as what we're apparently,
I don't want Gordon, by the way, mate. I know we have a joke and all that, but I don't want Gordon.
But this ain't even about you. It's more about I'm just asking people genuine questions. People, remember, we're just having an amazing debate here, by the way. I'm asking people in the chat as well. Yeah, Gordon has had good numbers at Newcastle, but how do we even know that Gordon can replicate that again? How do you know that Gordon being at a better team is going to replicate that? How do you know that Gordon's going to be able to play against low blocks? You don't know that. How do you know if Gordon has to play on the right instead of the left? If Liverpool might want him as a right winger, so therefore he'll be more predictable going down the right. There's a lot of factors, but the reason why I feel like there's a lot of factors is because I don't think he's that type of winger where you can just sit there and go, "Yeah, I just know he will cook."
But that's why I don't want him.
Like me personally, I can sit here and say Vinicius Jr. will just cook. There's players they will just definitively cook. Rodrigo for me will cook. You see the way how we're going over Gordon for 75? We should be going to try and get Rodrigo for 90, bro. That's what we should be doing.
More than that, though,
no, but you get what I'm saying. These are the players that you wouldn't make extra effort.
You know who I want as my first choice left winger in world football.
But if Gordon comes to Liverpool, I don't even think he doesn't start. This is what I don't understand.
I think there's a debate whether he starts or not.
Musiala is someone that we should be breaking the bank for.
Yeah,
I just feel like the standards.
Him and Cover, the only two I really want to speak about. They're the only two I want to
I love chat. I love each and every one of you, even the ones that disagree with me. But I just think we've got to really sit back and think. We came from Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, and we're now clamoring over Gordon. Come on, people. Come on.
75 million for a player who's not better than the players we have in the same position at the club already.
Musiala, yes.
What are we doing?
There's a debate. There's a debate, Drift. There is a debate.
But if there's a debate, it means why are we doing it? Because it needs to be definitive. Like what Matt just said, it needs to be so cut and shoulders.
I agree. But if we can't get Musiala, if we can't get Rodrigo, if we can't get Vinicius, we can't get Craver,
then keep your money in your pocket and stick with what you got.
But if Diaz wants to leave, bro, what do we do? Leave ourselves short?
No. But as things, we don't know.
I think Standy isn't leaving.
Yeah, remember, if this would have happened, this just would have been, we would have lost a centre back or a utility player, so to speak.
All right.
for a forward.
All right, so I'll ask this question and bounce.
Yeah.
Let's say Diaz says, "I want to leave. I'm going," and we sell Diaz.
Then it's a different conversation because then we'd have to explore. We'd have to. The market would then open up for us, innit?
Then would we understand getting Gordon, even though none of us want him as our first choice?
No, because he's not good enough. So I'm never gonna understand.
Bro, I just think there's better wingers than Anthony Gordon that we should be trying to get.
I'm never gonna understand.
I would get it from a numbers perspective. I would from a numbers perspective in terms of you just getting a winger back. But what I will be sitting there thinking is, why didn't we go for a winger that is better than Anthony Gordon? Like I understand it. Like I get it. Like there's factors that are in play. I get it. Remember, he's a Scouser. Do you know what I mean? Like I understand that it's happened to the club. I fully get it, and I fully respect that. By the way, what I'm saying is that if you scour the globe, you are telling me that Liverpool for that type of money can't get a better winger than Anthony Gordon.
I think we could.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you.
Not for that money,
that prem tax is hefty.
Yeah. But look, boys, let me shoot. I'm just saying he's not crap in it. That's all I'm saying.
He's basic. But yeah,
better than basic.
Big up, bro. We'll pick this discussion up later.
We'll catch up. The Anthony Gordon stuff, I don't know, bro. Like, obviously, me and you, Drift, like, we it's very rare we agree, but we definitely agree on this one. And I just think to myself, bro, I don't know, man. And again, people, one thing I love about football is football isn't necessarily like your opinion is always right. It's just an opinion. And for all I know, Anthony Gordon could roll up at Liverpool and absolutely cook up the place. And I'll be sitting there going, you know what? I was wrong. He's actually cooking. I can't say nothing. He's proved me wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just going.
And I would do the same. You know, I would have done it. In the past.
People know. I'm just going with my initial thought to the idea of signing him. I don't want to lie to you lot and sit there and lie and be like, "Hey, it's Andy Gordon, you know, this is the guy." Do you get what I'm trying to say, people? 100%, Joe. It's all subjective. 100%. It is. This is what I love about it.
Anthony Gordon is not good enough to play for Liverpool, in my opinion, and I can't believe that we're chasing him. If he had 1 year left in his deal and we were going to get him for 20 million and we thought it was a bargain, there's a part of me that would be like, okay, I can understand. I still don't want him at the club, but I can understand you're just capitalizing on an opportunity. But for a player who's got 4 years left on his deal and you're paying maximum like tax.
No, he hasn't. He's got only 2, I think, Drift.
No, he's only been at Newcastle for 1 season, hasn't he?
He only signed a 3-year deal.
Oh,
he's got
shit.
2 years left. Yeah. He's
that
got 2 years
showed
left.
you how much they didn't even think he was that great then. Because why would they willing him to have such a short contract?
Say, no, on his part, he was slick. He believes in himself and he kind of knew. I think he kind of knew he weren't that. This is a stopgap for him and rightfully so. He done the right thing.
Maybe. But why would Newcastle be so willing to have a short contract on a player that they believe was that good then?
They kind of had no choice. We don't know the choice, but I don't know. They agreed to it, bro. That's the thing. They agreed to it. You can't really.
All I know is when he went Newcastle last year, not a person on the planet, and definitely not a person in the Liverpool fan base, looked at that move and went, "Oh, what a good move! Great move by Newcastle." Everyone was like, "Why have Newcastle got these new owners and money, and they're wasting their time on Anthony Gordon? That's weird." Everybody said the same thing, and now 1 year removed because he had a good season. Statistically, by the way, because watching him, he still wasn't great. He's still basic. All of a sudden now he's good enough to play for Liverpool. What's going to happen when he's playing against low blocks every week? Because Newcastle, a lot of teams open up against them. He's able to run in behind, which is his strength. What's going to happen when he's playing against low blocks? Because if I'm being honest with you, bro, I think that's probably one of the big problems with players at our club that we know are good, but they're now facing problems they didn't really have before, like Gakpo, like Nunes, like Diaz. These players are now playing against low blocks every week, and it's harder for them to show how good they are because it's much different when you're playing against teams who only defending banks of 4, 5, whatever. It's a lot harder to show how good you are. Maybe there's a reason why a lot of the games that we play in, them type of players there have better games against the bigger teams because their games, it's like all of a sudden the game's a bit more open. And then they don't have such good games and they're playing against the Burnleys and all them teams who are more defensive. Maybe that's the case. Who knows? But what's Anthony Gordon going to do against low blocks? Because all he is pace. What is he going to do? He is literally no different to a Raheem Sterling or a Theo Walcott. He's got the pace and he can finish, so he can be effective. But when there's actual intricate football needed, what the fuck is Anthony Gordon going to do? Seriously, what is he going to do, bro? Because he isn't even as good as Raheem Sterling. So basically, at Liverpool...
No, not Prime Sterling. No. Prime Sterling.
So Anthony Gordon is probably going to look like Chelsea Sterling at Liverpool, where it's like he's just not really effective. And you're like, he'll get a goal here or there, or he'll have a good game here or there. But really, how's he going to affect things? How? And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying these are facts. If you lot disagree, fine. I also don't want to play with my team who loves grass and doing adverts for grass stains more than he does playing football. All Anthony Gordon does is dive and roll around. I don't want those players at my club. I don't want players like that at my team. If other people do, that's fine. But I don't. I really don't want people like Anthony Gordon at my club who are one-dimensional and all they do is spend their time diving and complaining to referees. Why do I want that at my club? So each to their own, man. Each to their own. Liverpool have done nothing all summer. And then when we do something, it's Anthony Gordon. Do me a favor. Do me a fucking favor, Matt. Do me a favor, bro.
Do me a favor,
seriously,
please.
do me a favor, bro. Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here,
This
man.
is post-Klopp. Yeah, all right. Whatever.
Do you know what? That's a great segue. Actually, before we do that, we're going to go on to the last... In fact, before we go on to the last topic, let me read out the supers, because I forgot about the supers. Apologies, people. Big up Alex. My prediction: Gomez leaves, Sepp takes his place. We sign Gordon. Next season, we'll sell Diaz. We buy a DM. My pick is Varela, and that's it for the summer. We finish second, get Champions League semi-finals, and win the FA Cup. Do you know what? All those predictions there actually look kind of realistic. I'm gonna be real.
At this stage, I would even take it. A Champions League semi-final, winning an FA Cup.
Yeah,
like. In Slot's first season, that would be a good season. That would be a very good season in Slot's first season.
Yeah, winning a trophy in your manager's first season is impressive. It is.
And the semi-final of the Champions League is impressive as well.
Yeah, even though there's a part of me that's like, do I just play Russian roulette and see if we can win the Champions League, though? Because I can't, like, get into the semi-final.
Of course, you'll be disappointed you went out, but when you reflected on it, you would say your semi-final.
This is our first year back as well. I mean, we was only out for the year, but it's crazy. Big up Kloppinho. We do this for every player. Take the money and run.
Without Gomez, isn't it?
I miss about Gomez. Big up Cat Sunday. Driv, let's be honest. That season Joe was playing like Ice Spice and Meg Thee Stallion in that season. Also, get that bum Diaz out. I don't want to break dance at LFC. I want goals, not dribbles completed. Right, that is harsh, bro.
That's very harsh, Cat, but each to their own.
That is harsh, Cat Sunday. One thing I will say is I know Joey did have that real bad season. I've spoken about that actually. So you probably heard me speak about it with Cal. And in regards to Diaz being a bum, bro, nah, Diaz is not a bum. Again, remember when I said there was factors? I do feel like Diaz should be given a chance, you know. I can't lie. We should be given a chance. I don't think we should be writing him off and just saying, go and bring
Look,
him.
fair play. If Cat thinks that Diaz isn't good enough,
You know?
then, like I said, everyone's allowed their opinion. I fully disagree. I think Diaz is a very, very good footballer, but
should be given a chance, man. Especially if the player that
I
bringing
said
in
to
is
you
not.
yesterday, Matt, when we was having our conversation, what people are doing very quickly now, that they seem to be doing it the opposite for Gordon to defend the fact that they think we should sign Gordon is they're forgetting what happens now. We have a possession-based team in a different way to the way Klopp wanted to play possession with players like Gakpo and Diaz. What if it suits them more? What if now they don't
Diaz more?
And therefore, they might now be able to do what people are hoping, say, Anthony Gordon coming in would do, which is their numbers would go up and their productivity would go up because the style of play might suit them more. I think the way Cody Gakpo and Diaz play, I think it's an educated guess. It's pretty obvious using an educated guess that they would be more suited to teams that hold the ball more and are more about possession rather than being like all action and like intense.
Yeah, counter pressing all the time.
Yeah, like they're not really those types of players, even though Diaz can kind of do it because he's got the attributes. I believe that they're players who would probably play better in a possession-based team. So let's see if they have better output under a different manager before we start only talking about their output.
Some people are saying wild things in the chat. One person did. All I'm going to say is this. You know who you are. Big up there each and every time, yeah? I'll say this, though. There's people that are running this rule of Anthony Gordon after one season. One season. Everyone's like, he's the guy that gets goals and assists. Brother, we've had players at Newcastle do this before, but let me not even say nothing. You know them ones, Drift.
Oh, there's one who just went to Saudi.
Them Babar, Papa Cease, them man looked like they were going to be some world-class
No,
strikers.
bro, let's use an even a more closer to home scenario. What's the Paraguayan's name again?
Roque Santa Cruz from Blackburn.
Nah. What's his name? Let me look at their squad so quickly because
what team?
I think he's just left Newcastle and gone Saudi.
Gone Saudi? Almiron.
That's it. Almiron.
Yeah.
Bro. The season before last, didn't Almiron absolutely light up the league statistically? He was getting winning goals. Newcastle got top 4. He was a key component to them getting top 4. And Almiron is kind of a bit of a techie baller, right? Like he does have some like skill to him. Almiron had a big standout season. Does anybody think Almiron's a great player? No. Harvey Barnes, great shout. Harvey Barnes is more technically gifted than Anthony Gordon.
I forgot they had him, you know, Harvey Barnes, you know.
Would you not say that Harvey Barnes is not a more technically gifted footballer than Anthony Gordon? Because I would.
Probably. The thing is, Gordon relies heavily, and obviously rightly so, his main attribute on his pace. I think Harvey Barnes, I don't know, he's better. I say Harvey Barnes might be better at slightly dropping the shoulder, you know. I don't know.
I think Harvey Barnes is just a more technically gifted player, personally.
But
I'm
because
not
Harvey Barnes is
night and day between them, but like
yeah, that's a tough one because it's not night and day. But what's so mad is I think here's another thing as well. Yeah, I know Newcastle were having financial issues, but the fact that they were willing to sell Gordon says to me a lot. You know, like they weren't trying to shift Bruno Ramirez or shift Isak. Do you get what I'm trying to say, Drift? They weren't literally banging down doors saying, and apparently rumors are apparently they did. They didn't. They really didn't. There would have been way more reports if they did. They really didn't. It was mainly Gordon that they wanted to shift, and that deal was close. And, Bruno Ramirez and Isak are better players. They offered us Isak though, yeah, apparently so. But again, it's like I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's a bit of lazy journalism now, and reports that are just surfacing. Apparently, these were the players that they offered. Don't believe it. I don't believe they offered us Isak. I don't think Isak was ever in their conversations, personally. I don't think that was the case.
Hold on. Cal's calling me.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, fam.
Let me mute Drift. How come man say I'm picking out narratives? I'm not picking up any narrative, bro. I'm saying there was literally 1 or 2 reports about Isak. Literally, the whole country was speaking about Gordon. Please make it make sense, G. I'm not. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because if that's the case, even the Grandmaster himself, Fabrizio or Paul Joyce would have said that. You understand?
Newcastle offered us Isak as well. We said no to it, and also I think Harvey Barnes is a better player than Gordon.
Where did you get that report from, Cal?
Harvey Barnes for a while.
Yeah.
When did you get that report from for Isak?
Has got way better injury record than Harvey Barnes.
Ask him where you got the report from Isak, because I see no creditable source regarding Isak.
Matt said, where did you get the source from about the Isak thing?
No creditable source whatsoever.
Source that reported about Gordon and Joe Gomez.
He said the same source that did the Joe Gomez.
Someone, all right, because I haven't seen this. And if I haven't seen it, fair play. Someone in the chat, send me the link that Cal is talking about. Send me the link, please. I want to see it.
I think Cal posted it in the group the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, Cal, it's in the group, bro. So if you go
someone needs to send me the link. What is it in the chat? In our
Yeah,
chat.
yeah. In our chat, yes, it's in there. Yeah. And Cal's also in agreement that Harvey Barnes is a better footballer. It's just his injury record is worse than Anthony Gordon.
So then, so basically,
I think Harvey Barnes is a better footballer.
I said it's debatable.
Yeah. It is close, but I would go with Barnes if it's about talent.
But I think Gordon's got higher season.
Bruv, do you know where it's from? It's from flipping Mail. As well as
Daily
Anthony
Mail.
Gordon, Newcastle approached Liverpool early June about bro.
Yeah, but it's the Cal's saying it's the same source as the Gomez thing, so you can't listen
No, that's
to one
not.
and
No,
the
but
other.
that's not the source though. That Simon Jones was not the original source though for Joe Gomez though. That was media brief. That's what I'm trying to say. That was media briefed. This one here is from an individual.
Couple of people are saying Dave Kop said the Isak.
Do you get what I'm saying, people? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I have not seen someone with creditable sources regarding Isak. I've literally seen one report. And what I'm trying to say is if this was a big fit, like it would have been everywhere, bro. It's not just gonna be in one
Not
person.
necessarily. It only takes one person to know the truth and let everyone know. It doesn't
No,
have
but
to
I'm
be
no,
everyone.
but what I'm saying is this: if this was the case, you're telling me Fabrizio, who doesn't want to be the first person to break news, is not going to mention that Isak had to Liverpool. Come on, bro. Paul Joyce.
No, but it's
Paul
not
Joyce.
news because we're not going for him. So it's not news, is it?
No, but Paul Joyce and Fabrizio would have mentioned that in their articles, no? Especially Paul Joyce, bro. Paul Joyce would literally say, the Joe Gomez deal fell through, blah, 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 blah. And they also tried to offer Liverpool. You know Paul Joyce would say that. Why would he not?
I don't know.
That's why I don't
really
believe the
know.
Isak stuff. I'm just saying. That's just what I believe. I don't think it was true.
Anyhow, we were offered Isak and said no. I swear, I would never forgive them. Bro.
I would like, even if I'd like to believe it's true, which I don't think it was true, Liverpool were never going to do that deal, unfortunately.
Why? Because we're not ambitious enough.
Drift, I didn't want to say it, but Liverpool feel they've already got a striker there, so why would they get another one? That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't do that.
I mean, I've been told Nunes is better than Isak, so what's the point of getting Isak?
You wasn't told he was better.
You told me he's better than Isak.
I said it's not worth I would rather keep Nunes. I didn't say he's a better player than him.
I've seen plenty of people say Nunes is better.
I'd rather keep Nunes, but I don't think he's a better player. But if you ask me would I swap, I'd say no.
So
You wouldn't swap Isak for Nunes.
Because you have Nunes and Isak if you're a real team.
What about Jota then?
Well, Jota's injury prone, plus Jota can play multiple roles in the team. So Jota
We're
can.
going to have all three of them.
Why not? That's how you win things, right?
Name me another club
Bro,
that's got
Isak
three
is better than
strikers.
Nunes, though, man.
Well, Real Madrid. And that's the level we strive for, right?
No. Name me who's Real Madrid's backup striker?
No, but I'm just talking about forwards. Real Madrid have got that level of forward.
No, but we're not talking about forwards. We're just talking about strikers. Hosselu is terrible.
No, but we're not only talking about strikers because Jota can play out wide. So therefore, he's a multifaceted player. So the only strikers would be Nunes and Isak. You'd have two strikers and one player who's a utility player in Jota. That is how you win stuff, right?
Jota's not utility now. Not anymore. It's not.
No, but
Diaz for the left.
no, and plus, obviously, the reliability of Jota is a worry, right? Like you don't want to be relying on Jota throughout the season because of his availability. It is a worry. So he's just a bonus player. You don't sell him because of how good he is, but you don't count on him. So he's just like a bonus player in the squad. So it would be bonus Jota, Isak, and Nunes are your forwards. Man United used to win trebles by having 4 top quality strikers. That's what you do.
Yeah, when you say a 4-4-2, both team plays 4-4-2.
Yeah, so if you play one striker, you have 2 quality strikers.
Who's Man City's first choice striker?
I don't know. I don't think they have one.
All right. Who's Arsenal's first choice striker?
Don't think they have one.
All right.
But we wouldn't be having a third choice striker. We'll be having the equivalent of Alvarez and Haaland. We'd have Nunes and Isak. We'd have 2, bro. It would be the same thing.
But do you know what's so ironic though, Dre? Thingy wants to leave, apparently. The Alvarez wants to leave.
Yeah, Alvarez might want to leave, but you get my point, though. The point I'm making, it's like Arsenal. Arsenal have now got Jesus and Havertz. Do you get what I mean? And then you could say that Jota is like their version of Trossard, where he can play up front, but he can also play in other roles. So, like, he's a multifaceted player. That would be, and that's how you win things.
Jota in this day and age is not a left winger.
No, he's a multifaceted bonus squad player, Cal. A player
Drift,
who's
I'm gonna read out the
miss 3
supers,
months.
yeah. I'm gonna I have to meet you because I'm gonna read out the supers.
Cal, we'll pick this up later. We'll pick this up later. Yeah. All right, cool,
Big up,
cool,
Carl.
cool.
Big up. Right. Hold on. Calm says at the end of last season he said he loves Liverpool. I'm NFC. I'm guessing he means Joe Gomez.
I think he's talking about Joe.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Gomez. Edo sending talk to me about the majestic display Nardini gave in the second half this morning. Still a legend. Nardini's still here. I'm surprised, bro. I think he deserves his chance. You know, I will say that at first team football. But yeah, man, big up Nardini each and every time he done his thing still. Big up Alex said, what do you guys think of the game last night? I thought we played some good football with the rest of the boys and a few new ones we should kick on. Yeah, I saw the game. I was unable to see it live, but I saw it this morning. I thought we played well, especially first half. Then obviously kids came on second half, but I like what I saw, patterns of play. I like the build up. Don't get me wrong, we got caught a few times, but that's going to take time because it's a new way of playing, more patient. Dare I say it? I said it's Drift in a phone call today. For me, the build up play is more akin to a De Zerbi when he was at Brighton, believe it or not, the actual build up, which is quite interesting for me to see. Different, like the way how the DM and the fullbacks, yeah, I just saw everything and thought this reminds me a little bit of Brighton and De Zerbi, you know. But let me know what you guys think. Big up LFC _ Matt 10. Justin, West Ham Sporting Director Tim Steidten is a fan of Liverpool's Wataru Endo. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter a minute ago. So let's see if anything more happens there, because I think Endo potentially might be sold. Big up Cat Sunday. Why do we keep Nunes, by the way? Gordon's a good footballer. Better than Diaz when it was fashionable that we just wanted dribble merchants. Nico isn't better. I think Nico is better. I think Nico has a better footballing IQ than Gordon. I also think Nico, playing for Spain, understands what it's like to play against low blocks, the way how Spain play. They're a very possession-based team as well. And a lot of teams like to park the bus against Spain. And I think Nico Williams would thrive better. But that's just my personal opinion. And in regards to the whole Diaz thing, I think people forget how good Diaz is. Don't get me wrong. Yes, he frustrated at times, but I mean, I was one of the people that's having a go at him. But there's factors in place. Like, I just think Gordon having this one season doesn't necessarily make him better than Diaz. I think if Gordon had 2 seasons under his belt, you could really sit here and say his production is far better than Diaz's, because then Diaz, I guess, would have no more excuse, but there wouldn't be a factor in play if everything just plays out how it's supposed to be and nobody gets injured. That's Diaz or Gordon, and you can really compare the two and see what they can do. Plus, this is under a new system. You're thinking about Diaz in a Klopp system. We are not managed by Jurgen Klopp anymore. So, yeah. Big up Cat Sunday each and every time. Diaz and Nunes ain't had one good season. I'm sick of accepting the club. Also, Leao is not gonna change what Diaz does. That's your opinion, bro. I rate Leao, even though Leao has his shortcomings. Pause.
Yeah, Leao and Diaz are very similar in terms of how they're more like skillful players rather than like goal getters. The only difference is I do think Leao is a lot more relaxed. I think Diaz is more professional than Leao. I think like he always gives 100%, even if you don't like what you get. Whereas Leao can have some games where like you can just tell he's just not really trying his hardest. Like if you watch Leao week in, week out, he's literally the definition of a maverick. There'll be some moments that just absolutely blow your mind. You're like, oh my God, this kid is so good. And then there'll be games where you're like, he didn't even do anything today. What happened? And even, you know how much I rate Leao, but even I've come to that conclusion now that he would be a very frustrating footballer. If people think they're frustrated now with Diaz, Leao would be even worse in terms of the frustration.
Like I said, Leao kind of needs to go to, like, do you know where Leao needs to go? He needs to go Atletico Madrid for 2 years and find out what real hard work is. And that maybe will buck up his ideas. I can't even lie.
But he's still a way better footballer than Anthony Gordon.
Yes, he is. That's not even a debate. Big up. Did I just hold on? Did I just no, I didn't. Big up, John a second. Big up, bro. Each and every time. Are the current forwards we have Liverpool level to win us a big prizes? Then yes or no? John, can I be real?
Yes, I think they are.
I'm not gonna go into it, but we can improve.
Oh yeah, even I would agree on that. We can definitely
improve on the forwards that we have.
Yeah.
My argument though, John, is literally this. If you're gonna go and bring in a forward, make sure unanimously all the fans can sit there and go that he is the guy. I don't feel, and again, there's a lot of Gordon fans here. I see a lot of Gordon fans in the chat, a lot. But I also see
I am extremely surprised
that are not Gordon fans. So to speak.
I'm extremely surprised at the optimism over Anthony Gordon. Like I am so shocked. In fact, I'm gonna start a poll. Is Anthony Gordon a good signing? Yes or no? I'm gonna do that.
Let me show super chat. Alex Leon. All right, Alex, let me double check. Did I miss it, bro?
No, but we still got supers there though. So
yeah. Alex, if I don't read, if it's not there, because there's still more. Let me try and race through. I'm gonna have to race through them now because it's actually quite a few. Big up Klopp. Watch the Castle doc. They were so desperate for him. I'm guessing that's in regards to Newcastle. I haven't seen that actually. Big up Andre's become a member. Big up yourself, bro. Big up Sultan. Gordon, this Gordon that we need a DM, man. Shake my head. We need a DM more than we need Anthony Gordon. That's facts, bro. How can you rate Diaz and Nunes but not Gordon? Bro.
I can't believe people think that Diaz and Gordon are even in the same sentence. Let me not. Go on, keep going, bro.
That one surprises me, though. Joey, we need a marquee signing. FSG needs to get us fans back on side, and Gordon won't galvanize the fans with optimism. Facts, bro. I'm pessimistic as the days go by. This is what I'm saying. It seems like a lot of you don't want Gordon, though. You think you lot should be happy if we sign Gordon, then I guess, because he'll be your marquee signing. It wouldn't be for me, though. I have to be honest. Cast the PS. Give me the basic player who scores than a dribbler who just spins like a Beyblade with no output. I have the same dream as his father. Bro, I'm just gonna say you have the same dream as his father. That's a bit harsh, bro. Do you know what I mean? But you gotta remember the factors are in play. Gordon's first season done well. Diaz second season at Liverpool had the issues with the family and that. So I don't know, man. And obviously, we kept on saying it. Well, I was saying it anyway. I think the style of football that we want him to play maybe not the best. You don't really get the best out of him. So let's see if we can cook.
Polls up in the chat right now, people. Speak your truth.
Sultan, it's the 1st of August and we haven't been linked heavily to a single player. You think we sign 2-3 players? We will be lucky to sign one. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Unfortunately, we have been heavily linked with one player, Anthony Gordon.
Oh yeah, Anthony Gordon. Sorry, yeah, that one. Listen, if we say Anthony Gordon, a lot of you lot in the chat can't complain because you lot want Anthony Gordon bad. That's all I'm saying. They want him bad. I will never forget the summer we waited to the last hours of the transfer window to get Artur Melo to Liverpool on loan. Here we go. Shake my head. Yeah, that one, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that one was peak. Big up Chris LFC 92. Slot wingers play differently. Curious to see how Diaz does, and also about Fabio rinsing Ben White all game last night. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I think Diaz, if he wants his winger to be a ball carrier, Diaz can do that. Diaz can actually do that. It remains to be seen what happens, but yeah, I just hope that we get to see. Well, go on. Big up Red Gems is becoming a member. Big up yourself, bro. Big up Jarace. Not true, Aldrich. You yourself said Gordon was a talent, but his diving was a problem. Him going to Newcastle was seen as a pretty decent signing.
I don't ever remember saying he was a talent, and even so, he's still not Liverpool level. He's not Liverpool level. He's not good enough to play for Liverpool. He's not.
Joey, FSG can leave. We have been stagnant long enough. Now we're on the verge of losing 3 top players in football on a free. Hashtag fold the club. Let me rephrase that. Hashtag FSG out. Big up, Joey. Cam J, it's all good. Love, good to have different opinions. Big up. Nah, come on, bro. Big up yourself, bro. Of course, it's good to have different opinions. 100%.
Yeah. Of course.
Come on, you know there's never any malice when we're having these football debates. Chris LC 92. Diaz was it before the S offender Arsenal jacked his leg up. I'd rather keep Diaz. We need to address the DM and left back. 100%, bro. I even centre back for me as well.
You know what? Big up to Chris. People forget how happy we were with Diaz before the injury. And people also conveniently don't want to add that he's had a lot of things going on in his life since that injury, including taking a year to get over that injury. It's very convenient, but I don't know.
Trust.
Each to their own.
Danny up the Reds. Diaz, 5 big chances created last season. What? Diaz, 5 big chances created last season, 11 in career.
If you want me to believe that the metric with which they judge these chances created or whatever, Diaz has only created 11 chances in his whole career, does that even sound right? Does that actually even sound right?
In his whole career.
How can a 27-year-old have only created 11
big chances in his whole career? 11
big chances in his whole career. Come on, man. Let's use some common sense, man. What metrics are these judged on? Who's giving us this information? You want me to believe that he's only created 11 big chances in his whole career?
In his whole career. That don't even sound right.
Come on,
man. Probably had 11 big chances when he was in the under 15s, blood.
Come on, man.
You know, like that. Or under 18s, under 21s. Like, what?
But anyway. We got Anthony Gordon in it. I'm glad most of the fan base are gonna be happy with it.
Yeah, they'll be happy, bro. Russell, everyone laughed when he went to Newcastle for that price.
Facts. I remember everybody thinking, what are Newcastle doing?
Yeah, 45 million for Anthony Gordon. I remember I actually said, he's decent, but 44... No, what did they pay for? Yeah, I think it's like 45 mil, I think it was they paid for him.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Martin.
People are saying this for Liverpool, the 11 chances created. Obviously, that was way better than his whole career. I still don't believe that, but it is what it is.
Delante, big up, bro. Big up, Matt and Drift. Sad we have to sell to Biden. It was. Do you know what I will say though, Delante? I think the squad is a bit bloated though. I will be honest though. It is a bit bloated.
We do need to sell to buy for that reason, yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing I will say to Delante, to what you're saying is, we can still buy players, but we just have to make sure we sell them afterwards. It doesn't have to be, in my opinion, Liverpool should need to be like, we've got to sell Endo to go and buy a DM. It should be, we're gonna go and get that DM, and then we're gonna sell Endo. Do you know what I mean?
There's only been 193 votes, guys, on the poll. I'm surprised. Get your votes in. Is he a good signing? Yes or no?
And
by the way, I'm not ignoring facts, people. I'm saying, what is the metric? And Matt, you can even back me up on this because I don't just say things. What are the metrics by which they judge a big chance? Like, what is considered a big chance? Because I've argued this all. We get so caught up now in these statistics because of Squawka and all of these like companies now that do like stats or whatever, and we really act like that's like the barometer of what everybody should just judge football on. You're not going to tell me how to judge football. I've been watching football my whole life. I'm not just going to let stat people tell me what this is and what that is. I know, I watch football. So I don't know when they're doing these stats, what's the metric for what they consider a big chance? Remember, we had this conversation the other day because I can't remember what game it was, but there was a chance. I remember it went down as a big chance. And I remember the first thing we did was have a conversation. And I said, Matt, do you see what I'm saying about it being unfair when they keep saying these big chances missed? Because that chance was considered a big chance. And that was not an easy opportunity or what you would consider he should have scored more than he should have missed. And it went down as a big chance. And I was like, I don't know how you judge the metric of what they use for what they consider big chances. Is it a tap-in? Is it because you got the shot? Like, I don't know what they judge it. So I'm not going to just let these stat people tell me what a big chance is. Because I'm sure you remember there was a game, there was a chance that Núñez missed. And then afterwards, we saw in the stats, it was considered a big chance. And it's like, that isn't what you would call a big chance. Yes, he had a shot at goal, but just because he had a shot at goal doesn't mean that should go down as what you would consider a big chance. It's like, so is this what they're judging him on then all the time? And obviously, I'm just bringing Núñez back because that was a conversation we had at the time. But that let me know I can't really judge all of these stats where they're like this, that, and big chance missed, and this, and goal, and GA, and expected GA, and all this. Like, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, maybe there's some truth to some of these things. But you're not going to make me a laptop fan all of a sudden. I've been watching football my whole life. And I bet you any money, if we do all this expected GA and do all this, all of our GOATs wouldn't look as good as we remember them. Go and look at Zidane and Figo and all these, man. And I guarantee you, all their expected goals in GA on it, I bet it would be like, oh, hold on a minute. These players are looking a bit basic at the moment, judging off all. Because football was just about football back then. It wasn't this obsession with fucking stats. Like, yes, they're important, but the obsession is a joke. And who's telling us what this... Look, I'm going on a rant now. Don't tell me how to watch football, innit? That's all I'm saying. I don't give a fuck who thinks I'm talking to them. Don't tell me how to watch football. Don't tell me what football is. I watch football my whole life. I know what football is. And I don't give a shit about expected goals or big chances missed. I watch football. There's my rant over.
No, I hear that.
This is what Anthony Gordon's fucking got. It's got me rattled. Anthony fucking Gordon, bro.
AG. Reds 2308. Gordon will be down in 2.0. Said it here first.
I think Stuart Downing was a better footballer technically than Andy Gordon.
Probably was, to be fair. At least Downing had a better weak foot still. Downing could cross with his right. I don't know if Gordon's as depth as his left. I know Gordon likes to cut inside and do that one move. But hey, again, it's a good move though. Bigger Alex, I think this is what you're talking about, bro, innit? The one that you said I thought I might have missed. At this point, I want Gordon just to see how conflicted Drift will be after every game. I rate him. I think we miss a player like him. He can be better. So he reckons that Gordon can be better than what he's showing.
You've also, I mean, if you watch the channel enough, hopefully you do, bro. I will admit if I'm wrong. I'm not stubborn. I'm not going to sit here after Andy Gordon's playing really well for Liverpool and be like, nah, still not like him. Think he's crap. Of course I won't. But as Matt said, we're only going off of what we can say and think before that happens. And you're asking me my opinion now. No, I don't want him. I don't want him at all. And I think we can definitely do better than him.
I think we can do better than Andy Gordon.
Do you want to know what's crazy, bro? Yeah. There are players in this league, yeah, that are a risk that I think would be a better signing than Anthony Gordon. Case in point, Neto.
I knew he was going to say Neto, you know.
As much of an injury risk as he is,
I know.
And as frustrating as it would be if he was injured at Liverpool, I would be way more happy if that was the risk Liverpool were willing to take than spending £75 million on Anthony Gordon.
All right, I should have done this poll. I'm going to do a poll on my Twitter, actually. Just quickly chat, yeah? Because I just already put up a poll, so I'm not going to do another one, yeah? Would you rather spend 75 million on Anthony Gordon or 75 million on Kudus? Put a 1 for Anthony Gordon or put a 2 for Kudus? I just want to see this now, Drift. I need to see. I need to know. One in the chat for Gordon, 2 in the chat for Kudus. 75 mil. What are you lot saying in the chat? I want to know what everyone's saying. If I dare,
There's a lot more Kudus. There's a lot more.
but this is what I'm saying, bruv. Nilante, you're trolling, so stop. I know Nilante is trolling. I'm seeing
Kudus. Unanimously Kudus.
So this is so. Do you understand where I'm coming from, people? You see how unanimously it's like 85%, yeah, to freaking 15, yeah. Why are we clamoring 75 for Anthony Gordon when really and truly we should be putting it in the universe that we want Kudus, bro? Like, what are we doing here? That's the person that we should be sitting there going, if we got to lose Joe Gomez, but we get Kudus, this is what I'm talking about. And Ben, we know you're a Gordon fan, mate. You pressed one about 15 times, mate. Yeah, all right, cheers, mate. But yeah, I just don't get it, bro. But chat, now I understand though, and this is where you lot should understand. Kudus is a player that we should be like unanimously. I think everyone gets gassed that we buy Kudus.
And I wouldn't even mind if Kudus was going to cost 80 or 85 because I would feel like the risk was way more beneficial to the team.
Yeah. And Nigel, you are right. There are better players than Kudus. I've named a few. Vinicius is better than Kudus. I think Rodrigo, excuse me, but it's probably better than Kudus. There's players that are better than Kudus, you know. Kudus isn't a be all and end all, sorry. But what I'm saying is, though, these are the type of players that we should be aiming for. That's why I'm kind of surprised that like the level of want from a lot of you guys for Anthony Gordon. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know. I'm here at the last Apers.
A9, I agree with you. I would have been happy with Somerville.
So, do you know what? Somerville's only going to West Ham for what did I say yesterday? 25.
25. I'd rather pay 25 for Somerville than 75 for Anthony Gordon.
Mad thing. 25 compared to 75. Even if you think Gordon is better, Gordon is not £50 million better than Somerville. No chance. We're not doing that. We're not. We can't. Even if you think he's better, you can't say he's £50 million better.
And here's the thing,
man. That is English tax. That is English tax to the fullest, bro.
Here's the thing, yeah. And JK, stuff like that just gets you banned. It's as simple as that. Even if you think, yeah, that Anthony Gordon is a good player, why? Like, how can I put this without it?
Why is he 75 mil?
No, I'm trying to think of a way to say this without being disrespectful. In fact, continue, and I'm gonna figure out how to say this without being disrespectful. Go on.
Big up, Rabadam. No worries, guys. When Arnie lessons Darwin's defensive duties, he will shoot us to number 20. I'm convinced of that. But a new DM might not hurt, though. Don't get me started with the DM stuff, bro. That's what I'm gonna say.
And he's got a point as well. He's got a point.
Costa, you guys need to debate Don Hassam.
I'm guessing he doesn't rate Diaz then.
Big up Hassam though as well. Hassan give me joking. Big up Hassam though each and every time, man. I need to go on Hassam's channel and talk to him still. We can talk, me and Hassam. You know what I mean? Big up Hassam. John Conway. Big up Matt and Drifty and Callum. I agree with Drifty about Gordon. Big up.
Big up, John, every time.
Each and every time. Big up, Joe. Can we just all agree that we shouldn't really be selling anyone and that we should be adding top next Adding top next gen. What?
Adding top next generational players.
Oh, okay, cool. When, bruv, next gen, man's thinking about gaming. I was like, next gen. Stats have a place now in football now as football evolves. I understand that, but what I'm also gonna say is though, again, like this whole stats thing. Stats are important, but they're not the be all and end all. That's my argument, though.
It's the reason why this I'm saying the new generation are caught up in stats to the point where this is why they'll say something like Cristiano Ronaldo's a better footballer than Zidane. Because if you start the argument, they'll go, look how many goals Ronaldo scored. Look how many goals he scored. It's like,
bro,
okay.
Do you know what? I will never, and I say ever, allow stats to be the be all and end all. I've watched football for a very long time. If we are going to go by that metric, that literally means Raheem Sterling is better than Eden Hazard. As much as I rate Raheem Sterling, there should be no debate about who was better. There should not be a debate. And we're not doing the statistical thing. I'm not doing that. I don't live in a world where Raheem Sterling was better than Eden Hazard. You could say he had better longevity, but you cannot say he was a better player. That's it. Longevity. Let's not do that, man. Because if it's a stats thing, it just starts going crazy, bro. Mad. Big up Joe A. Big up Brad LFC. Somerville. Well, okay. Fair play. I guess you don't like him, Brad. Here's one. Bakayoko or Gordon. How about neither?
Matt, let me. You know that for the people
I don't want
who
neither
do
Liverpool.
get like,
I used to think Bakayoko was good.
You know, that for people who do want to get like super obsessed with stats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Answer it honestly, and then afterwards I'll tell you something. If I said to you, 689 games played, 125 goals, 141 assists, what would you say that is in terms of like ratings?
That's not.
I'll say it one more time. 689 games, 125 goals, 141 assists.
That's not that great if you're like an attacker. That's not the greatest at all.
That is Zinedine Zidane's career stats for club and country. Do you now understand why stats aren't the be all and end all?
And I know he wasn't necessarily, obviously he wasn't a striker or a winger, but he was definitely
he was a creative number 10 who got 141 assists in his whole career.
Bruv.
You see how statistics aren't the be all and the end all of how you judge this.
No, I've got one that's better actually. Hold on.
But it is what it is. And Zidane played 10. He was a creative midfielder. He played 10 for the majority of the teams he played for and only got 100. And you know what? I could keep going. I could do Ronaldinho. I could do Luis Figo. I could go to all the greats. And I bet you any money, statistically, they're very similar to Zidane. We're obsessed with it now, man. We're obsessed. People are just way too obsessed with stats. It's crazy. But
no, I agree.
Anyway.
The obsession with stats is insane, bro. Like insane. Bro, do you know how mad it is, yeah? I'm going to say this, yeah? As I'm looking now, let me double check. I'm going to name you a player that played as a 8/10/right winger. You should know the player I'm talking about. But if you don't, I'm just going to read you out total goals each season. None, 2, 2, 1, 9, 4, 5, 1, 9, 8, 6, 3, 1, 1, 2. This player scored 57 goals in 674 games. What if I told you the brother I just named is freaking Iniesta? Iniesta has scored a grand total of 57 goals in 674 games for Barcelona.
He's shit, man. He's absolutely
crap,
shit.
innit?
Name me those stats that he is absolutely terrible, bro.
This is Iniesta. Bro, you're saying he's a CM. Wait there a second, brother. Wait there a second. Iniesta, this I know, and again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but for those that actually watch Iniesta carefully will know he has played as a right winger, he's played as a left winger, he's played as a 10, and he's played as an 8. For all the people that's actually seen Iniesta throughout his whole Barcelona career. A lot of you lot know that, but some people don't, and some people are doing the whole, but he's a central midfielder. Iniesta is not just a central midfielder, bro. Let's not do that, please. Come on.
In fact, he barely plays.
Hey, I'm not even trying to out your age. You're probably the same age as me, bro. You've watched Iniesta. That's how I know. And Nilante knows. I don't even have to say nothing.
This is what I'm saying. Like Xavi and Busquets played central midfield. Iniesta was the.
We're not talking.
Player.
Yeah, we're not talking
like,
about
what
Xavi.
What doing here? Like,
we're not talking about Xavi. We're not talking about Xavi.
All right, you know what? One last time, just because all we're trying to do here is just add the context, right? So one more time, I'm going to name you a player. 549 career games, 198 goals, 168 assists. What would you say?
Oh, say that again?
549 career games, 198 goals, 168 assists.
That's decent. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent.
It's pretty good and it's pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
It's not rubbish by any metric. But at the same time, you wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's like outstanding.
No, you wouldn't say like it's like the greatest, but it's good though.
It is good. That's Ronaldinho. That's the GOAT. That's actually the GOAT.
Bro, I'm not, listen.
So we just gave 3 examples of how you can go too far being judgmental about stats. Because we just named 3 of the greatest players who've ever existed in this world. And when I say 3 of the greatest, I truly mean 3 of the greatest. If you don't believe that Iniesta, Ronaldinho, and Zidane are at the table no one else is allowed to sit at, you're watching the wrong sport. Go and watch something else. They are the elites of the elites. And those stats weren't that great that we just read off, especially Zidane and Iniesta.
Is one of my favorite players of all time. When I say to you, but here's the thing. What I'm trying to get at people, and I hope no one was offended when I was even saying it. My whole argument is this. You know, when you think of Iniesta, Ronaldinho, your first thought isn't stats. Your first thought isn't but production. Your first thought is they were so great, there was no one like them. They are one-of-one players.
Your enjoyment of watching them play is the initial feeling you get when you think about those players. You don't get caught up in stats and how many goals and assists they had and big chances created and all that crap. You remember the joy you got from watching them, because at the end of the day, that is what football is about. Do you know why we become stat obsessed?
Facts, we know. Match-winning performances. You're right. Facts, bro. Facts.
We've become stat obsessed because money's become so important. Winning is now so much the be-all and end-all. People almost don't even enjoy football anymore. Like, I even find myself doing it. You just want to get to the end of the 90 minutes to get the 3 points so know you're still in the title race. But we don't even enjoy football anymore. It even happens to me. I find myself anxious so badly during the games now, the obsession of winning. I don't even enjoy it really anymore. And I'm like, what's going on here? And it's because the obsession with winning and money has driven the football so much in that direction. It's all we care about now. It's literally all we care about. It almost come like if I said to some people, you'll never win another trophy again, guaranteed, are you still going to support the club? They'll be like, nah, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Nah, man, I'm not going to lie. It would devastate me, but Liverpool will forever be my team. Till the end of days, I don't care if we never win anything ever again. But I guarantee there's people out there, if I said to them, I've seen the future and Liverpool never win another trophy, are you still going to be a Liverpool fan? They'll be like, nah, fuck that. What's the point? Because that's just the obsession.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. Yeah.
I'm going on a lot of rants there.
The last one I'm going to end with this, people, yeah? A player that's played in the Prem has played 630. In fact, no, we can't do that. I can't do. In fact, I'll do his career. In his whole career, a player has played 635 times, and he scored 168 goals. What would you say about that, Drift?
I reckon you're gonna say that's Jermaine Defoe.
No, it's Eden Hazard.
Okay. Yeah, those statistics weren't great. They were decent, but they weren't great.
160. But my whole argument is this, though, bro. Again, I don't think no stats are great. What, you scored 168 goals in 635 matches, bro? For a player of his caliber, that should be above the 200 mark.
For a player of his caliber, that should probably be about 300.
Yeah.
Hazard is one of the most gifted players we've ever seen in our life.
To ever grace the Premier League, bro. And you're right, Hazard was taking seasons off. I do hear you. But the whole argument is we know how great he was, but you didn't necessarily need the stats to know how great he was. Again, it's his ability. You get what I'm trying to say, though, people. You get what I'm trying to say.
And then the crazy thing is...
Maybe that was a bad example, but you know what I'm trying to say.
The crazy thing is, bro, the player that everybody will slander and drag his name through the mud, which is Neymar, sits on everybody statistically. Don't even let me go and get Neymar stats.
Oh, Neymar stats are a joke.
In fact, I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to do it.
Neymar stats are a joke.
But remember, Neymar gets dragged by
everyone. But I used to say this.
Everybody drags Neymar. Bro, everybody drags
I can tell you one of Neymar's stats right now, Drift, off the top of my head, yeah? So, correct me if I'm right. Neymar has scored 105 La Liga goals, I think, in 198 games. Have I got that right or wrong?
Sorry, say that again.
Neymar has scored 105 La Liga goals.
No. You're a little bit higher than what you got. A little bit higher than what you got
in La Liga. No, sorry, overall, sorry. For Barcelona.
He didn't get that much. He didn't get that much.
You sure he didn't get 105 for Barcelona in all competitions? You sure? 100%.
Oh, I don't know about all comps, but not in La Liga. In La Liga.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean La Liga. Sorry, I meant for his Barcelona. So basically, for Barcelona, he scored 105 goals.
Yeah, you might be right because obviously I'm looking at his Copa del Rey goals and his Champions League goals, and you might be right overall. Yeah, maybe overall you're right.
Let me double check that.
But listen to this: Neymar, in 589 games, Neymar has scored 360 goals and has 221 assists. He is a fucking GOAT. No one told me nothing. If we're going on a metric of stats, basically, Neymar actually has a goal or an assist in every single game he played in, if you average out his stats.
Bruv, Neymar...
But people would sit here and drag Neymar and say he's a shit footballer and he's this and he's that and he's rare.
Bruv,
make it make sense, bro.
For me, Neymar's one of the greatest
players. Make it make sense. Anyway. I just actually, make it make sense.
Bruv,
make it make sense, bro.
I got one bit right, but his stats even more impressive. In Spain, I was right. He scored 105 goals, but he done it in 186 games.
But Neymar's trash, remember?
For PSG, all competitions, 118 goals in 173.
But Neymar's trash.
For his career, 360 goals in 589 games.
But he's crap. Neymar ain't it, remember? That's all I get told. Neymar
for his country, top goal scorer of all Brazilians all time. 79 goals in 128 appearances. And yet people want to talk about Neymar. Brother?
Because stats only matter when it suits what you want. It's that simple.
No.
And again, stats are obviously important. But they are not the be-all and end-all. They are not the be-all and end-all. They really aren't. But anyway.
Crazy. All I'm going to say is this, people, yeah? We was in an era where we had Mane, Barcelona had Neymar, and Chelsea had Hazard. And now you guys want Anthony Gordon. I know we got Diaz and Gakpo, we can upgrade. I fully hear that. But this is what you guys want. You want Anthony Gordon. That's the era that we came from, people. For a lot of you guys. My era is even before that. And before that. That's the last era we just came out of, you know. The Mane, Hazard, and Neymar era. But a lot of you don't want this to be the Anthony Gordon era.
And again, each to their own. I'm not even telling you what to think.
Do me a favor, please.
I'm just very surprised.
I'm surprised. And again, it's each to their own. I'm just surprised, man.
I mean, I know Anthony Gordon is young, right?
He's 23.
He's 23, right? So I know he's young. But in 213 professional career games, he scored 44 goals and got 29 assists. Like, those stats don't jump off the page for people who keep on acting like statistically Gordon is going to be great. Those stats ain't jumping off the page.
No, but the one thing I will say is, though, he was playing at them trash Everton sides, though. I will say that.
Yeah, but that's because you're allowing yourself to add context. People don't let us add context. So
no, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Why are we adding context, Bob? We're just gonna look at it for what it is. In 219 professional games, he's got 44 goals and 29 assists. That's not good.
Yeah. No, it's mad.
But again, I just don't understand why people nothing's jumping off the page here. But look, everyone, each to their own, man. Each to their own.
We should have went for Minter. Reminds me a lot of Mane, maybe a better dribble as well. Yeah, he went to He was Newcastle's on loan at Feyenoord and then gone to Brighton now, isn't it? He's at Brighton. Apparently, he's been a problem in preseason. If I got the right player, Brad, if I'm not mistaken, he was at Feyenoord last season on loan. Big up Brad each and every time. ZZ, comparing Diaz to R10, drift, define, loyalty, laugh out loud.
No, I didn't do that. I know you didn't. Come on, ZZ. I didn't make a comparison between Diaz and Ronaldinho.
There could never be one.
Not even remotely.
Brad, big yourselves up. By the way, I listen to your streams at work all the time. Always makes my day go quicker. Keep up, lads. No, I appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
Big up, Brad, man. Big up each and every time, G. Danny says, why bring up Nunes GA when stats aren't important?
Because the people who argue with me believe stats are important, so I use it logic against them. I don't talk about Nunes' GA unless I'm arguing with people who say he doesn't do anything, and it's because his output isn't good enough. So then I ask them, well, he's got 32 GA from last season. That's an output. And nobody still hasn't done it. Go and find me. I will let you go to any league in world football and tell me if you can find a top 10 of forwards who got more than 32 GA last season. I'll let anybody can go anywhere in the world, in any league, find me enough players to push Nunes out of the top 10 for GA as a forward.
This is why I said stats aren't the be and end all. Again, because
I'll be very, very shocked if Nunes isn't in the top 10 of world football for contribution from forwards last season. I'll be very shocked because I doubt very much there are more than 10 forwards who got more than 32 GA. So if someone can do it, do it. Go round and tally up all the stats and prove to me Nunes wasn't in the top 10 for output last season. But apparently Nunes is shit. Remember that, Matt. It isn't even just about, like, people tell me Nunes is shit. They're like,
yeah, I know,
he's a waste of space, bro. They're not even like he's all right or what. They're like, Nunes is shit. He's garbage. Get him out my club. That's what people say. But go and find me 10 players around the world who had more GA than Nunes next. Oh, but then you want to add context because now you want to tell me who he scored past and what the opposition was and rare and all that stuff. Because then you know what I'll do? I'll then go, okay, let's do minutes played. Because Nunes' minutes played was quite low. It was actually quite low. Just because he played games, his minutes were actually quite low. So every time I'll say something, they'll find another way to find a reason to try.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But go and do it. Go and find me a player in world football, 10 players in world football who have better GA than Nunes. And I'm letting you, remember, I'm saying forwards, man. I'm not even saying strikers. I'm letting you include wingers. Go and find me 10 forwards who had a better GA than 32 last season.
That'll be interesting to do, actually. Big up Zizi again. She says, Drift, you taking Neymar or Sadio Mane, though?
I'm taking Sadio Mane purely based on
I'm not going to glad Zizi didn't ask me that question, you know?
No, I'll admit it's just bias. I know Neymar's a better footballer than Sadio Mane, but Sadio Mane is my favorite player of all time. So, well, outside of R9. So, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's just bias. I can admit when I'm being biased. Neymar's a better footballer than Sadio Mane. Like,
Yeah, that was a good answer. I'm not gonna lie. I won't say nothing. No more numbers don't lie, right, Drifty? I think you've kind of explained that already, bro.
yeah, like, come on, Taji, man. I think you lot are just hearing what you want rather
You
than
just
what I'm
explained
actually
it. To be
saying.
fair, he didn't know you was gonna answer that in the last super chat though. He obviously wouldn't know. So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for real, maybe. Yeah.
Danny up the res. When we bring up Diaz that he runs, Danny, allow it, bro. Allow it. About he runs channels.
No, but
bruv.
the reason that doesn't make sense is because me and Matt are the ones advocating for don't keep judging someone on stats. That would be for somebody who's saying this about stats and then defending Diaz. We're not saying that. We're saying you have to add all the metrics because nobody, for example, people will laugh at me when I say this, but people will discount things like constant threat, being the danger man, being an outlet for the team. People will scoff at that and be like, are you serious? These are the things you're including. But you know what? During a match, I know and I can appreciate those things are important. If we finish a game and Diaz wasn't necessarily great, but everyone can be like, he was the only outlet today, though. He was the only one getting us up the pitch. Yeah, in the end, it didn't really come to anything.
His output on paper, I know what you mean. His output on paper won't show you anything crazy, like, I don't know, the chances created or whatever. But if he's able to say, for example, in one-on-one situations, maybe in take-ons and then drive the team up the pitch and actually create openings,
open the space for other people, take pressure off the defense.
He's had a good day at the office, but he hasn't had an amazing day.
But nobody cares about that metric, bro. They'll just be like, but he didn't score and he didn't assist. He didn't do anything today. And it's like, all right, whatever. And there's no metric for that. There's no metric to show you that he was the only one who was getting us up the pitch. There's no metric to show he was the outlet. There's no metric to show you any of that. Because you could also show them stat and it'll be like, he lost all his duels today. But then if you watch the game, you can say, but they were all long balls and they were very difficult duels that he was going into. But you know what? The defenders, he was giving them a tough time. He was roughing them up today. They know they've been in the game, even though you're not. But nobody will care about that. They'll just look at it and go, I didn't win any duels today. He was crap. Look, the stats are saying he didn't win any. But did you watch the match, bro? When did football become about paper? Because as far as I know, football is actually about the game. It's not about what it says on paper. There are so many things you can look at on paper that don't describe what you watched and vice versa. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm going to stop going on about it now.
What's this? Matt, did you enjoy the Arsenal games? Also, big up Cow and Drift for rattling Kuna Lee. Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I just read that about bringing up the thing. Big up Makuma. Big up yourself, bro. Yeah, do you know what? I enjoyed especially the first half. I thought we played well. I thought obviously it's a work. You can see it's a work in progress. There were times when we got caught in possession, but I liked what I saw from the press, but especially the build-up play. I think I said it earlier on, Makuma. I don't know if he was there, but the build-up play reminded me a little bit of Brighton, if I'm being honest. You know, like very, very brave football, very brave. Because you're kind of like, what you're basically doing is you're baiting the opponent's press. And your 6 is actually playing his first phase. He's probably got his back to goal. You don't want to do that all the time, but if you have to do it, you got to do it. And we've done it a few times. And we got caught a few times with Curtis Jones. I get it's just a learning curve. And there are other times it worked. But I liked what I saw. We're trying to be brave. It's a different way of playing. We're not trying to get the ball from A to B with the shortest amount of passes. We're getting the ball from A to B in the best route possible, not necessarily the quickest. We're trying to give ourselves more openings in transition.
I agree with that. That, you know, what you just said there is absolutely perfect, bruv. You should quote that about we're not trying to get up the pitch the quickest. We're just trying to get up the pitch in the best way. Yeah, that is the perfect way to explain how Slot plays football.
Yeah, someone clip that quick, clip that. No, it's true though, but that's what I saw.
Yeah. That's a very good way
Do
of
you know what I
saying
mean?
it.
But it was brave though, bro. Don't get twisted. There'll be times in the season where we might get caught out. It does happen. It even happens to like Arsenal and City. Like they do have them moments where it's like. But remember, they're more seasoned at it. We're learning. The fact that I was able to pull that off against Arsenal, against a very strong Arsenal, by the way. I get it. No Saka, no Saliba. But we had how many other players missing ourselves? For example, no Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? No Trent.
Oh no,
no
we had a lot,
McAllister.
bro. Yeah. No Diaz, no Gakpo, no Nunes, no Ibu, no Trent, no Robbo. Oh, we had a bag of people missing yesterday, bro. So Arsenal can't use. I mean, it's preseason. We can't gloat about it. We wound up lead, but like it doesn't matter. It's just preseason. But we had a lot more first-team players missing than they did. So I can't believe that they tried to do that. Oh, well, we had this player missing and we had that player. It's like you only really have Saliba, Rice, and Saka. Like after those three, who else is in your first team that was missing?
Yeah,
really?
No,
Odegaard was there. Martinelli was there.
I would
Havertz
say
was there. Partey was there.
No,
Gabriel was there.
No,
Ben White was there. I'm like, who else would you call?
No, they were missing. They were missing Rice, Saka, and Saliba were their three takeaway players. I would say, right?
Yeah. Those are the three. Yeah.
But for us, Virgil. You could say Diaz or Gakpo, either one, because they would have started over Carvalho. Yeah. You can say Nunes, but you might say Jota, fair play, okay. But then we're also missing McAllister. Was also missing Virgil van Dijk.
You said
I would say Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah. Ibu,
Robbo. Like, bro, there's better players, you know.
And if people want to say Raya, because obviously, Raya was missing. Well, so's Alisson.
Oh, yeah, Alisson.
So, I mean, we aren't going to let the Arsenal fans run that agenda. I tell you what, though, we're going to have a conversation. I said it last night. I will never be disingenuous to a situation. See, Carvalho, he's fucking cooking preseason, you know?
Oh, I know. He's playing well.
What do we do with him then, bruv? He's actually cooking preseason, bruv. I'm going to be honest with you. You see, yesterday, he had Benjamin White on toast yesterday.
No,
bro.
I know.
Bro, what do we do with
But here's the problem. We can't have another left wing, bruv. All right, imagine this. So
it's mad,
Diaz,
it's actually
Gakpo.
mad.
So Diaz, Gakpo, flipping. Let's say we get Anthony Gordon, and you want to add Carvalho, bruv. We're going mad here. Man will see the formation board, and you'll just see Liverpool. There's 4 players on the left wing, and no one's on the right hand side, bro. Just one-sided attacking. But Carvalho looked good though, bro. And we haven't been. And what's so crazy is, yesterday I don't think we played with a 10. The way how I saw the formation,
we changed it around though, innit? Because first half we had a striker, second half we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, I'm just going off the first. But I'm going more off the first half. I'm not really gonna go too much the second half about the striker. In that first half, it looked like kind of like a 4-1. No, sorry, a 4-2. I don't know actually when I think about it now, because Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones were the 2 6s, you know.
Yeah, I think there was more defensive responsibility on Szoboszlai.
But you know what I see it as? I saw it as positionless football, bro. In the sense of it was just fluid. Not saying it doesn't matter where players play. Everyone has their.
That's how Slot plays, though, isn't it?
No, I know, but this is how Slot plays. But this is what we've been crying out for to a degree. Like, obviously, we understand Klopp's football is amazing because it won us freaking trophies. But what I'm saying is the progression from that now, we all kind of wanted to do was we said, you know what? We appreciate what Klopp's done, but we want to play differently now. Because not only that, we might be able to get a better longevity from the players if we play this way. Do you know what I mean? And that's nothing against Klopp, by the way, because listen, Klopp is here to do one thing: get the best out of the players while he's there and win trophies. That's what he was. That's what he was trying to do. He can't be thinking about 15 years from now, is my man still going to be running as quick? Or 10 years from now, sorry. He can't be thinking like that. So, But yeah, it was mad. I really enjoyed the whole, the slot ball stuff. I can't lie. I can't lie. It did look good. Right, me race through these. Big up, Brad again. Did any of you watch the game last night? Just if so, what are your thoughts on the first half? I was very impressed. I literally just said that. Spoke about that, bro. Big up yourself, bro. But I really did enjoy the first half, G. Arteta got slotted up. I was waiting for these mad comments, you know. Hey, Brad,
you know what I did love? I loved the way Slot dismissed Arteta in the handshake.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Did he just dismiss him?
It was one of these ones like, yeah, keep it moving, pussy.
Was this at the beginning or after? Was it after the game?
After, bro, after we won. It was just one of them was like, yeah, pussy, keep it moving. Like, bro, it was so like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't even talk to him, nothing. It just like, yeah, pussy, keep it moving. I love that.
Don't give me joke, bro. Big up Mel. Looking dangerous is the bare minimum for a forward who plays for Liverpool, though, Drift. What's up with these low standards, respectfully? Looking dangerous.
No, again, you're taking it out of context, bro. Because it could be a female.
It could be a female.
What I'm saying is, when you're looking at a game and you're trying to use stats for your justification on why you don't think the player's good enough, I'm saying during the game, when you're rinsing the player, if that player was the most dangerous player or that player was the only outlet we had for the game, you will judge him poorly. But was he not good in the game, though? So you can't just look dangerous for your whole career. That's a fact. Of course you can't, because then what is that? But if in individual moments where you're looking at you guys, he's not good enough, his output's not good, look, he wasn't good enough today. But during that game, he was the only player who was allowing Liverpool to get up the pitch. He was the only one causing any kind of threat. He was still the best player in the game today. But no one will give credit for that. They'll just go, but he didn't do this and he didn't do that, so therefore he's not good enough. And that is the point I'm making. There's no metric to judge things in football that are more important than people realize. Do you get what I mean? There's a lot of things in football that you can't just put it on paper. You just can't. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can't.
I agree, bro. You know what? I was gonna say, right, we're about to head out, but we've got one more thing I just want to quickly mention, Drift, before we head out. This was big news actually yesterday. Even though when you mentioned it to me, I was like, he did, but I didn't realize it. So Jurgen Klopp yesterday announced, if I'm not mistaken, that his footballing managerial career is now over. He will not be coaching or managing another club level or international football. Bro, when I saw that headline, I was still kind of shocked. It sounds weird. I know obviously he's left, but obviously he's still part of the Liverpool family and forever will be. But I was quite surprised. I don't know why. I thought he might have had one more job, maybe, whether it was a Bayern Munich, maybe a year from now, or even a German national team, which I thought maybe, he might do. But people are saying it in the chat, and I want to say this as well. I hope that he's actually okay, because something did cross my mind, like how everything is.
Fine, bro.
He is. But just quickly, I was going to say, everything has happened so quickly. It's gone from announcement, I'm leaving, I'm gone. Couple months later, I'm just fully out of here. Like, I'm done. Like, that's what surprised me. I think the timeline, maybe because I just wasn't expecting that timeline to be so short, so to speak. But I don't know how, you feel about it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, for all the people that are saying that they think he's sick, look, I mean, maybe he is. I obviously, I don't know this for a fact, but I don't think it's that at all. I think that Jurgen Klopp is, for the most part, a man of his word. I don't think there's many times where he's said anything that could make us think different. And I remember an interview with Klopp when he was at Liverpool near the beginning times. And I remember in the interview, he said he doesn't want to be in his 60s and managing. He wants to be done with football by then and just enjoy being an old man. And he has a brilliant family life as well. Remember, he's not somebody... I'm not saying people who keep managing for years don't, but he just wants to enjoy his family life now.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, And this isn't, I'm not even being disrespectful here. I'm just giving like people maybe a little insight into how it is. Alex Ferguson is a GOAT, right? That's fact in football.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But Alex Ferguson dedicated so much of his life to football that he got to the point where he was ill within like 2 years of his retirement or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he have like his seizure? And he'd only been out of management for about maybe 2 years or something like that. And then he had that bad health scare. Yeah. And you think to yourself, if he'd have passed away, thank God he didn't, but if he'd have passed away at that point, he would have not even really had any of his life where he was just retired and enjoying life. He would have literally retired and then passed away. And I think that was because he was like 70 by the time he quit Ferguson, innit, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was like in his 70s when he quit. And then like I look at Roy Hodgson now and I'm like, bro, go and enjoy life now of just chilling, bro. Like, why do you keep coming back to the game?
Hodgson, I'm not gonna lie,
go and chill, bro. You clearly need to just chill now. I respect the fact that Klopp is like, look, I adore football, but I actually just want life. And at 57, to have accomplished everything there was to do in football outside of international football, which was the only job I thought he would do. I only thought he'd come back for international football. That was I didn't think he'd manage another club team. I said it the other day. I was like, I can't see him being Barca or Real Madrid manager. And maybe other than like an AC Milan, which is a heritage club, I don't even know what project would attract him. Because he also said he'd never be Bayern Munich manager. Through his loyalty to Dortmund, he said he'd never be Bayern Munich manager.
That's true. He did say that.
So,
he did say that.
You get what I mean? So I thought international management was the only thing left for Klopp. He probably thinks, what's the point? Like, he's got nothing left to prove. He's got nothing left to prove. He's a GOAT of football management. He leaves a legend from Dortmund and from Liverpool. And at the end of the day, he just wants to go and enjoy life now while him and his wife can still have fun. He don't want to be just like old and sitting in a rocking chair. He still wants to be able to take his wife dancing, go on cruises, and just like enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy life. You know what I mean? Yeah, enjoy your life that you have, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We only get one life. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to do a little dedication to him on my channel because you know that's my GOAT. So I'm going to do a little dedication to him and speak about it properly. But yeah, I respect it, man. I respect it. He doesn't. Yeah, Mainz legend as well, Winslow, for real. I can't forget that. He's an absolute Mainz legend as well. He's left every club on his terms. He hasn't got one bad thing like that he's left at the clubs he's left. Like, I can't even think of many. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Other than Pep, which is why I think Pep is also a GOAT, yeah? I can't think of many managers. Because even though Fergie's right up there, Fergie was only at 2 clubs to my knowledge.
Well, because of the Champions League team. I got you, the Godfather.
No, I was going to say Fergie won the league because he's a GOAT.
Yeah,
he did leave Man United in a bit of a bad way because I'm thinking like I can't think of many managers who, when they've left the club are still like completely okay when they've left. It's only Pep and Klopp that I can think the next manager wasn't like, oh shit, how do I sort this out?
I feel like Ancelotti might have been one of them guys as well, you know.
No, but Ancelotti's been sacked, so there must have been times he's left clubs where it wasn't the best of situations. Because Pep and Klopp and Fergie, the only 3 managers I can think that haven't been sacked.
No, but he got sacked at Chelsea, but everyone gets sacked. Okay.
No, but he's been sacked at Madrid. He's been sacked by Napoli.
No, but did he just leave? Was he sacked or did he leave?
No. Ancelotti, Napoli, Chelsea, Real Madrid, they sacked.
Did he get sacked or did he leave?
Yeah. He was sacked.
You sure?
I mean, maybe they act like he was, you know, like mutual agreement out of respect for him, but he was sacked.
I feel like because remember, hasn't he done 2 stints at Real Madrid? Oh my God, mad.
He was sacked at Real Madrid, bro. Oh yeah, Bayern Munich sacked him as well. He's been sacked quite a few times. Ancelotti's a GOAT, but he has been sacked a few times.
Well, you know what? He might have been sacked maybe the most because he's probably been at the most cars. But bro, Ancelotti is top 3 select.
No, he's a GOAT. But what I'm saying is, to my knowledge, I'm still sure there are clubs that Ancelotti's left and they weren't in the best shape. I think Fergie, Pep, and Klopp are the only 3 managers who've never been sacked. And to my knowledge, Klopp and Pep are the only 2 that, when they left the club, it wasn't a situation of like, you know, they fucked up the club. You know, like how Mourinho will leave and it'll be like, geez, he's left this club. Or Conte, and you're like, he's left this club in a bit of a state, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? It isn't. When they left, it wasn't that case. But anyway, the point I'm making is he retires a legend, let him ride off into the sunset. And I think Pep will be next. I think at the end of the season, Pep does the same. I think he retires and he rides off into the sunset. And them two go down as one of the greatest rivalries in football. And Pep will go down as the greatest manager of all time.
Interesting. All right.
And again, if at some point he does come back in like 5 years' time because he missed it, we'll never know that, innit? Life, like you never know that. That's life, innit? But
yeah.
But now I think he's done. I truly believe he's done. Oh, Fergie was sacked by St. Mirren. Maximilian, thanks for letting me know that, bro. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Well then, people, listen, we're probably gonna what's this? Can we use Yeah, let's not go back there again, bro.
Man. That's a good that's a good one though, James. I like that. That was funny.
Let's not go back there. No, I know, yeah, that was a good joke though, still. But no, listen, big up everyone that was able to join. It's quite an explosive show today, actually, people. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone that stayed here right until the end.
Oh, yeah,
it's longer than. Oh, what's the poll saying?
Right, I'm gonna end the poll right now. Hold on. Oh shit, the votes are going mad at the moment.
What did you put in the poll again? Who wanted Anthony Gordon?
Is Anthony Gordon a good signing for Liverpool?
Okay, cool.
And I'm gonna end it right now. Boom. Poll is ending.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see it. Has it come up in the chat now? I've done it. I think it should.
I can't see it right now.
58% yes, 41% no, and that is based off of 524 votes.
Oh, so there's a lot of Gordon fans out here.
There's a lot of Gordon man in the chat still.
Gordon fans are gone. Rob, I'm surprised.
Big up yourselves each and every time, man.
I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised. But no. Big up. Well, it remains to be seen if Liverpool sign Anthony Gordon. Obviously, if anything does happen, just know that we will be there. We will be there no matter what. S-Mats and Gordon is... I'm not saying nothing. I made my point clear. If you didn't know what I said, go back and watch it. Just made his point clear. Bro, Brad, you better copyright that. I guarantee you the people them that make the stats are using that right now. They are using that, bro. You think it's joke?
They'll be like, what's Jose Mourinho's XMS?
Bruv, they're gonna use that, you know. You think I'm joking, bruv?
Expected managerial sacks,
you know.
That's funny.
That is crazy. Big up, Brad. But yeah, now people, listen, love for the love each and every time. We will be back. When will we be back, Juve? I don't even know actually. Stay tuned for that, people, and we'll be back as well.
Yeah. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.
And people as well, for all you members as well. There was a new video that was released a couple of days ago. I hope you guys have been able to check it out as well. There was a new video over there. There was some more madness on GTA. That was quite a long video, actually. I think quite about a good 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. That was a good video. So check out.
We got a snake in the grass.
All I'm gonna say is the game's the game. But yeah.
Gotta make sure the grass is always cut.
You just gotta make sure you got a rocket launcher or a sniper. That's what I'm gonna say. But no, listen, people.
By the way, I will be dropping over the weekend the final summer throwback from our World Cup 22 members as well. So
oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that still.
Semi-final is out right now.
I won't say nothing. Yeah, for the
quarterfinals. Sorry, is out right now.
Yeah, quarterfinals is out. I think quarterfinals.
Matt versus Drift.
Yeah, that game is one
of the most intense computer experiences I've ever had in my whole life.
I'm not even saying nothing. I won't even say nothing. For those that haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil nothing. But for all you members, go and check out the GTA. I hope you guys enjoy that as well. There'll be more GTA content as well, and obviously more member stuff as well. But no, listen, people, love for the love each and every time. Like I said earlier on, people, stay tuned to the socials to let you know when we'll be back live. And yeah, man, I hope everyone has a blessed afternoon, evening, or morning when you decide to watch this. But yeah, Jiff, anything I want to say for take people out, bro?
No, whether you agree, disagree, and with me, Matt, or whatever, it's all love. That's what football's about. It's opinions. Thanks for rocking with us. Love as always, people. Big up your damn selves, and we'll see you when we see you.
That people. See you very soon, people.
Actually, what am I talking about, bruv? We'll see you on Saturday. Liverpool's got Man United. What am I talking about?
Or is it Sunday morning?
Or is it Saturday night?
Or is it Sunday morning, 2 a.m.?
Depends where you are in the world.
It very much does. But if you're in the UK, 2 a.m., Sunday morning.
So make sure you join us, guys, on TIFO for our match watch along. The second to last preseason game against Man United. Who at the moment are struggling. Rashford, Euro, and Højlund are all going to miss the start of the season.
Yeah.
So they've got some serious injury worries.
Euro 3 months, Højlund 6 weeks, Rashford, they don't know just yet.
To be assessed, yeah. But it's a muscle injury, so it could be.
I don't wish injuries to anybody, so I can't even lie. That is mad.
Oh yeah, no, never. I never.
That is mad. I can't. As much as I hate them, I don't wish players to get injured. That is crazy.
Actually, that's my last word. Since he needs somewhere to go, it doesn't matter if he's played for the rivals. I've seen Figo go to Real Madrid. Bun this whole Anthony Gordon thing. Let's go and save Rashford. That's somebody who I would want over him as well. I'll take Rashford over Gordon all day long, bro.
Rashford's better than Gordon.
All day long. All day long.
And for those that love stats, better production. Just saying.
Rashford has got stats. So
I think Rashford scored 30 in one season, right, chat? Did he?
Yep, he did indeed.
He may play for Man United, but he still scored 30 in one season. Just saying.
We move. See you on Saturday, people.
We'll see you on Saturday. Take care, people. Enough love.
Peace.